I know I'm not late. I was making coffee. Hey, hoy. Ooh, does my voice sound different? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where is the timer? So anyway. Bro, I was so cold this morning and I put on a sweater like an hour ago and now I'm like sweating. What with the butts? Also, I remembered that I wanted to add an extra hour to the timer. So once the timer goes out, I'll basically be streaming an extra hour. Yay! Where's the light? I can't read in this lighting. Bros, I feel like my voice is scratchy. Do I sound different? I sound different to me. What happened? All I did was wake up. I sound tired? Why did... Okay. I sound tired. I did sleep in a little bit today. I didn't really do much today. I'm still in my pajamas. Normally, I get dressed because I go to church in the morning, but I didn't today because I wasn't feeling too carb. Carb, you trying to make it a day 5 donathon? Bro's for real been carrying us the past 3 days. It will never end. Oh, man. Okay. Well, well, in that case, I guess we should just keep going. Just keep going forever. I really feel like I just have a different voice today. I just woke up with a different person's vocal cords today. I don't know where this came from. Oh, what? Bruh. Cynic! Cynic! Oh, I cannot even sing today. Uh-oh. Hoi, Cynic! Thank you for the 12! Boop, 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 boop. How did we jump from 3 hours to 5? How did you guys manage this? I'm gonna sit here and drink my coffee. By the way, guys. By the way. Yeah, she can never leave. Hoi, Flame. Hoi, Cynic. If I sound weird, no, I don't. What? Saren. So for those who do not know, I have a poll up in the Discord. Let me just, if you're not in the Discord, I feel like everyone here is in the Discord already, but if you're not for some reason, there's a poll going on with, a community chooses game genre, and they're all genres that I typically do not play. So if you guys want to go vote on which one that I end up playing, please do. And for some reason, Saren reacted with eyes and a book. Those are not options, Saren. If you are here right now, those are not options. Remove them immediately. Let's play all the game genres at once, silly. If I could find a game that was literally all game genres wrapped into one. Actually, you know what? Wasn't there a game? The book one means play Radical Dreamers. I would though. Evo Land. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I do want to play that. Maybe I'll just play Evo Land. Does it have Souls-like and roguelike aspects? I think that's the only thing it doesn't have. From what I saw anyway. Apologies, I was coughing. Oh, I sound better now. Woohoo! Now I sound normal. Breathe back, guys. It does not have those as action platformer RPGs Diablo shmup. What is shmup? I saw that in the categories list on Steam right before stream because I was looking at some game options for the poll. And I saw shmup, and I was like, what is a shmup? Is that like something bad? What is shmup? Or is it an abbreviation like SHMUP? Shoot 'em up. Oh. Other side-scrolling plane shooters. Plane shooters. Okay. Shmup. Shmup, shmup, shmup. That sounds like... Who? Flame? Flame, remove those immediately. Stop voting for the book. I'm already reading my fan fiction for all of you. Is that not book enough? Is that not book enough for you people? Are you telling me that what I wrote when I was 10 years old is not literary genius? I'm offended. I'm offended that you guys would rather read my fan fiction than play Metrovania. There are 2 votes for Metrovania, then you voted and it went down to 1. Oh, it's because I had voted for each of them so that you guys would have an easy access to picking the right emote, and then I unvoted. That's all. Look for a grass emote, but it was... Narrate the Silmarillion. Is it public domain? That's the only thing that I can live read. It has to be either by me or I get permission for it. And I give permission to myself to live read my fan fiction. Who voted Breedy Kitty? Guys. I can't have anything nice with you people. I feel like I cough and then I sound normal for all of like 2 seconds. And then I'm back to being like, oh, hey guys, I don't have a voice today. It's cool though. I don't mind. As long as you guys don't mind. I can still talk. It's just I sound weird. That's all. If one of the not option wins, that means Bree's choice. Wait, I guess. I'll just end up playing like City Skylines or something. I'll play a simulation game because that's what I like to play. You guys don't want any of the options that I'm giving you guys? Okay, I'll play something that I play anyway. Jonathan stream? If I can get my webcam working again. He doesn't sit still long enough though. That's the problem. I've always wanted like to have a kitty cam back when I was actually like showing my face on stream. I always wanted to have a kitty cam, but he would always move around too much. He would be like on my desk, or then he'd move out of the room, and then he would be on like one end of my bed, and then he moved to the other end, and it was like he didn't sit still long enough. What did I do with the webcam? Why is it broken? I don't know. I don't think it's actually broken. It's just when I booted it up yesterday to do the sketchbook tour. Hoi Scully, by the way, I saw your message and I forgot to respond. Hoi, hello, welcome. When I booted it up, and I was doing all the setting and stuff, Twitch, do you mind not crashing? As I was booting it up and everything, I noticed that it was kind of laggy. Like when I moved my hand in front of it, it was kind of laggy. So I just kind of like reset it and tried unplugging it and stuff. But once I replugged it in, it just wouldn't register. And I was like, well, I stream in like 5 minutes, so I'll just do that later. I think it's just like like some kind of plug-in issue kind of thing. I just have to figure it out. It's not broken, it's just needs troubleshooting. Coffee. Okay. Oh, I should probably Twitch just keeps crashing. What's wrong? What is wrong with you, Twitch, are you okay? Twitch.tv/dashboard, are you okay? Do you mind? Bree, stop breaking Twitch. I'm not trying to join Bree, huh? What am I joining? Hoi, by the way. One of us. Oh, was it an auto? Did it auto correct? Properties, browse. Where is it? We're trying to find you guys the artwork that I commissioned Faffy Faff, my mod, for this event. Definitely happened this week. Definitely happened last night. Definitely not something I already had in the past because I've done this before on stream. Definitely not. Where is it? Where did it go? What did he name it? Why do I have a picture of a mini fridge? Maybe I drummed it and never actually commissioned something. There ain't no way, because I've used it in videos before. Ain't no way. Bruh. You have a picture of a mini fridge to get your virtual drinks? Duh. Oh. You have a point. Where the butts did I put it? Then the rest of Sheem, she looked for the commission, which she never found. If I don't find it in the next scroll through, then I'm just moving on. Oh, wait. Is it here? No, it's not here. I can't believe this. Did I delete it or something? I would never do something like that. That's mean. That's what mean people do. Okay, well, Discord, Faffy Faff, search, has image, old. Wow. Wow. Look at all these things we've sent each other. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Actually, wait. I can just. There it is. Save image. To pictures. Hi, Apple. Bria's mean. Confirm. No. No. Picture. Seriously, bro. What did you name it? What did you name this file? What did I name this file? What the? Oh, Smash Bros. Okay, here you go, guys. Oh, it's tiny. You can't see it. It's so tiny. You can barely see the little Pikmin under there. I'll put it down here. There you go. There you go, guys. Cheeto Samus. I'm doing a live reading of the fan fiction that I made when I was 10 years old, titled Brawl's Adventure. Biblically accurate Pikmin. Hi, welcome in. I welcome in everybody that showed up while I was searching for this image that I couldn't find and I had to re-download. I wrote this like 4 years. Are you implying that I have an 18 plus stream when I'm not even 18 yet? Is that what you're implying? Is that what you're implying? I don't think so. I don't think so. I have no idea where to put this, man. There we go. Sure. That's fine. You've heard of worse happening? Ooh. Most likely be longer than your Sonic one from kindergarten? How long was your Sonic one from kindergarten? Okay. Are we guys ready? Are we guys ready? This is I wrote this on physical paper. It's all written on physical paper with my handwriting written. One sentence long. Okay, yeah, it's definitely, mine is definitely longer than that. Jonathan, don't eat that, please. Jonathan, if you put that in your mouth. Jonathan? 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 Hey! Jonathan? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Ah. Little butt. Do you want my stool? Do you want my footstool? Okay. You have some really poopy poems published somewhere under your real name. You can't take them down because you don't have the login. Well, as long as you just never claim them as your own, which are legally your own, no one will know. Nobody will know. How will they know? They're gonna know. How will they know? Okay. Are we ready for the fan fiction? Why'd my timer stop? Why is everything breaking? What is going on? What is today? Oh, that's goals. Where's my countdown? Countdown. How many? Refresh. There we go. They show up just Googling your name. Well, don't share your name. Brawl's adventure is too powerful to handle, I guess. I guess that's just how it is. So, I should preface this by saying that the disclaimers, if you will. So, I started writing this when I was 10 years old because I had a dream once. I was inspired by a dream that featured Sonic the Hedgehog and Rob. And there's technically 3 versions. Dad will be the worst fic ever. I think it's gonna be better written than Suicide Squad. I can dream, right? I can dream, right? So there's technically 3 versions that exist. There's the first draft. There's the second draft that I rewrote because I had scratched out a bunch of parts and moments from the first draft that I was like, I cannot read this anymore, so I rewrote it. And there's the the official rewrite. There's the official rewrite, which I had started once I realized that I can do better than this. And however, we're not gonna be reading that one. We're not gonna be reading the 3rd version because the 3rd version has 1 chapter. So we're not gonna be reading that one. We are gonna be reading the 2nd version. And then if we have time afterwards, then we can go into like discussing the 1st and the 2nd, okay? Okay? Okay, guys? Will I rewrite it again? I thought about it. I thought about it, seeing how people like to make fun of me because I started the 3rd version with the wind was blowing at nice speed. And yeah, I had a way with words when I was 16, when I was rewriting it for the 2nd time. So it took me about, I did majority of my writing over the course of about 2 years. And then another 2 years of, you know, on and off, like wanting to continue it, but not really doing anything with it. One day, Sonic was reading. So you want to know how mine starts? Do you want to know how mine starts, Apple? Apple, You want to know what the first sentence of mine starts with? It says, one day in July, Sonic the Hedgehog was exploring. It starts with Sonic the Hedgehog. It's because, you know, remember how I mentioned that it started from a dream I had that featured Sonic and Rob? Yeah. Spoilers, they're the first two characters you meet from Brawl. From Brawl. Because none of these characters have their own unique games. They're all originated from the game Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And I should also preface this by saying, I knew very little about, like, any of the characters from Smash Bros. Like, I knew Link, and I knew Mario. And I would have known, like, the other Zelda and Mario characters. But everyone else, I knew, like, the Pokemon a little bit. But everyone else, I was like, who is this? I don't even know who this is. What is their personality? I don't know. I had to go off of the dialogueless subspace emissary and what I had just gathered based on whatever I had seen around the internet at the time. And that becomes extremely prominent during the Fire Emblem characters. And so, anywho's, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Is the game is the music too loud? There you go. Is that too quiet? There you go. Okay. Is Marth male or female in this fic? He's male. What was that? What was that? What the butts? Sorry about that. I took a sip of coffee and I felt it go down the wrong way and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to cough. That's okay, that's fine. And for some reason I sneezed at the same time. I don't know. This, I feel like this fanfiction might be cursed. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna begin. Feel free to make fun of 10-year-old me, okay? I give you free reign. So, chapter 1 is titled The Beginning. There's chapters in this. Chapter 1, The Beginning. One day in July, Sonic the Hedgehog was exploring. About 2 hours after he left home, he heard a bang from a robot. "I'd better go see what that is," said Sonic. Once he got there, he noticed it was his friend Rob. He was being attacked. Zoom went Sonic, defeated all the bad guys, and saved Rob. That's chapter 1. That was chapter 1. What do you guys think so far? Time to be bullies? Yes! Brought up a 4-year-old ukulele can't make fun of. Too short? That's what I thought too. So I fixed that. I amended that in the second revision. Good chapter? Okay. Solid start. I think I'd say it's a pretty solid start. So, I'm gonna put these loose papers off to the side. That's the first draft. Loose papers are the first draft. We are not gonna touch those for a little second. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. Demonetized. Another thing I will note right here is, so I didn't know how to use paragraphs when I was 10. And so in order to signify a change in scene or chapter, I used the word meanwhile, because I had just learned the word meanwhile and what it means. And so I was obsessed with it, and so I would use it constantly. So, Chapter 2, The Mountain, Part 1. Meanwhile, Ness was walking around when he saw his friend Lucas. As they were walking to a nearby mountain, a random claw zoomed and grabbed Ness. Lucas tried to run away, but the claw got Lucas. Once the claw got to its base, Lucas saw that the one with the claw wasn't a bad guy, but it was a good guy. His name was Link. Processing. Never go to the top of the mountain, said Link. Okay? Ness and Lucas said okay. I'm going up. If I don't come back, get out of here, cause Ganondorf is looking for you. Link left for the mountain, but he got captured by Ganondorf. Where are Ness and Lucas? Asked Ganondorf to Link. I will never tell you, said Link. Fine, said Ganondorf. Either you tell or die. And as they were talking, Ganondorf's minions took Link's items. Meanwhile, Ness said to Lucas, Link isn't coming back. We should leave. That's chapter 2. What do you guys think? Come on, constructive criticism here. I'm looking for constructive criticism. Clap, clap. Polite golf clap. Better than the first? Oh, heck yeah. Chapter 3, The Castle. We should leave. 11 out of 10. All of my chat just goes to a different stream, just leaves me to my fanfiction alone. Alright, chapter 3, The Castle. The castle? Meanwhile, Pokemon Trainer was training his Pokemon. What a shocker. He was training his Pokemon when he saw Luigi. Luigi was kicking rocks. Then he saw Mario. Mario was running to a castle. Help! Screamed a girl in the castle. Wait, Mario, said Luigi and Pokemon Trainer. We're coming too. Inside the castle, Mario, Luigi, and Pokemon Trainer heard another scream. Mario, help! As they heard this, giant Goombas and paratroopers went after Mario, Luigi, and Pokemon Trainer. The bad guys got defeated, and up the stairs they went. At the top of the stairs, Princess Peach was in a cage guarded by Bowser. Mario, please help me! With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exclamation points. I needed to fill out the page. I didn't want to end the page with blank space, so I just filled it in with exclamation points. The iconic brother trio, Mario, Luigi, and Pokemon Trainer. We should listen to Ness and Lucas and leave. Honestly, fair. Honestly, guys, fair. Mario ran to Bowser. Mario did his strongest punch, but Bowser did a stronger punch, and Mario went flying. Luigi ran away. Pokemon Trainer took out his strongest Pokemon, which was Ivysaur. An original character, do not steal. Ivysaur used his boomerang vine, which hit Bowser. Then he used his normal vine, which made Bowser go flying. And when he went flying, he hit the cage and it fell. As it was falling, Mario ran back and saw the cage. Then he saw Pokemon Trainer help Peach out of the cage. "You saved Peach," said Mario. Pokemon Trainer put his Pokemon back in its Pokeball. "No, I didn't," said Pokemon Trainer. "Ivysaur saved her." "Who's Ivysaur?" asked Mario. "My Pokemon," said Pokemon Trainer. "I have 3 Pokemon with me, Squirtle, Charizard, and Ivysaur." "Cool, well, let's go home now." You can tell Kid Me didn't know Pokemon moves? No. I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon as a kid. I did anyways, but I also, when I did play, I didn't read anything. I swear I just used Tackle and Bubble Beam the entire time. Well, what do you guys think of my original character, Ivysaur? That was not me. I actually like wrote it out as Ivysaur. You like that Squirtle and Charizard are correct, but Ivysaur is there. Well, actually, I did misspell Charizard. I spelled it Charizard, not Charizard. Squirtle's correct though, because Squirtle was my favorite, so I knew how to spell Squirtle. And the reason I think I used Ivysaur for this fight was because I knew that, like, I think somehow I knew competitively Ivysaur was the choice, because Squirtle was like fast but weak and Charizard was slow but strong, and Ivysaur was like the in-between, the middle of the road. So I was like, I'm gonna use Ivysaur. Well, let's go home now. Was this before or after you got into TMT? Way before. I didn't get into TMNT until 2022. I did not get into TMNT until 2022. Alright. Chapter 4. Camping. Honestly, this is before my Sonic the Hedgehog hyperfixation. I didn't develop my Sonic hyperfixation until I was about 12, and I started writing this at 10. Yeah. This predates the Sonic. If I had to choose a fixation that I had while writing this, it'd probably would have been Zelda. But I don't feel... No, I had a huge fixation on Zelda. It wasn't part of the fandom because I was too young. I was too baby. You'd ask God to make Sonic real, you'd be sad. Aww. He's real in your heart. So, Chapter 4, Camping. Meanwhile, the ice climbers were camping. The ice climbers were camping. Do you guys see how weird that is? While they were in their tent, they heard a bell. Ding, ding, ding. The ice climbers went to see what the dinging was. The dinging was Mr. Game & Watch. Mr. Game & Watch ran away, and the ice climbers followed him. And camping on a mountain? That is true. I didn't think about that, actually. I didn't think about that, but I just need to preface by saying they were definitely in a forest. I think I bring it up later on that it was a forest that they were camping in. Mr. Game & Watch ran away and the ice climbers followed him. Back at the tent, Jigglypuff went inside the tent. The ice climbers came back to their tent and saw Jigglypuff in there. Jigglypuff put the ice climbers to sleep. The ice climbers woke up the next day, and when they got out of their tent, they realized that they weren't in the forest anymore. Just then, a giant Jigglypuff landed right in front of them. They tried to run away, but there was no way out. The ice climbers tried to hit Jigglypuff with their hammers, but it didn't work. Just then, a gust of lightning hit Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff went flat and disappeared. The ice climbers didn't know who helped them. Then a little yellow mouse landed right in front of them. Its name was Pikachu. Pikachu followed ice climbers and protected them from wild Pokemon. And ice climbers protected Pikachu from enemies, and in brackets, not Pokemon. Maybe the forest is on a mountain. Well, that is a chapter that happened. His name was Steve, but everyone called it Pikachu. So I think Kid Me, the way that Kid Me was imagining it was ice climbers were camping, and then Jigglypuff and Mr. Game & Watch had like a deal. They were in cahoots. So basically the idea was like Game & Watch would lead them away, and so that Jigglypuff could be all sneaky and be like, sup, and then put them asleep. And I think Jigglypuff may have been evil because Jigglypuff kept like wanting to attack the ice climbers and stuff, and like completely upended their tent and took them away to basically the world of Pokemon. But because the ice climbers were not Pokemon, their hammers didn't have any effect on the Pokemon in that world, so you had to have a Pokemon in order to like do damage to Pokemon, kind of thing. And the same way of like Pokemon can't harm people, so that's why Pikachu and ice climbers partnered up so that they could cover all their bases. While the ice climbers, I think I was planning to like follow up later on with like where the what happened with the ice climbers. So something that ended up happening with a lot of these situations is I would end it off in like a really weird like way where like they just went exploring, and I never really followed up or anything. Like, well, how did it end? And so the second draft tried to help amend some of that. I never got back to the ice climbers though. The two latest characters being partners in crime. Yeah! Look, the light guys gotta work together or something. I don't know. Also, I think I just didn't know where to put Game & Watch, because I was trying to include every single character in Brawl, and I was like, where do I put Game & Watch? What does Game & Watch do? Anyways, moving on. Chapter 5. The Mountain Part 2. Everyone is here. Exactly! Meanwhile, back at the top of the mountain, Link was still not telling Ganondorf. Sorry, wait. So it's faded, but I very clearly erased a K in Ganondorf. So I had spelled it Ganondorf. Because I was so hilarious as a child. I was so hee hee hoo hoo silly. Game & Watch is the only character in Brawl with no name card. Bruh. Anyways, Link was still not telling Ganondorf where Ness and Lucas were because he knew that they had left. Then he tricked Ganondorf and his minions by telling them that they were at the bottom of the mountain. As they were going down the mountain, Link tried to escape. He was in a cage. In brackets, he was in a cage. Because I forgot to bring that up earlier. That once he got out of the cage, he searched the place for his items. Once he found his items and equipped them, because I was very realistic, Ganondorf and his minions had come back. Wait, who's Ganondorf? You thought that Ganondorf was interrogating him? It's his evil twin brother. The eviler twin. Ganondorf and Ganondorf. Link had to sneak past them, and he did. Thrilling conclusion. The thrilling conclusion to the mountain. Was it what you guys were expecting? The thrilling conclusion to the mountain is that Link had to sneak past, and he did. He did! He did it! Yay! Oh my goodness. I gotta pull my hair back. Character arc complete. For reals though, I don't think I brought Link back. No, yes I did. Sorry, spoilers, Link comes back. Hair has been pulled up. You guys can't see it because I'm a VTuber, but okay. Chapter 6, Evil Fog. Meanwhile, Pit was fighting some bad guys when he saw some brown fog. He went towards it and touched it. When he touched it, it disappeared. Where did it go? Asked Pit to himself. Just then, his eyes were turning yellow and there was purple stuff around him, and he didn't feel the same way. Then, the golden hoops around his arms started glowing, and the purple stuff around him went away. So it's not it's not described very very well. But basically, Pit was being like overtaken by evil forces, but took the Scarecrow's spirit toxin. But basically, see, at the time I didn't know like who Palutena was, but essentially Palutena was like, nah bro, you ain't becoming evil today. And so she kind of was like, boop, you're good. So anyways, I felt like I needed to explain that because 10-year-old me didn't know what she was doing. But I like to think as like, you know, your English teacher does, like dissects the book that you wrote, being like, this is what the writer means when they wrote this. When really you're just like, I just didn't know what was going on. So anyways, the purple stuff around him went away. Then a giant monster appeared right in front of him. So again, it was not explained very well, but essentially that giant monster that appeared in front of him was the manifestation of that evil fog that was trying to like overtake Pit. So now he has to fight. It's a little like symbolic in a way, I think. Anyways, a giant monster appeared right in front of him. He wasn't strong enough to defeat it. Then he remembered he could say 3 words and he'd have help. He said the words and tiny ugly angle thingies came. So, sorry, this was his final smash. I was trying to describe his final smash. So just pretend that he's doing his final smash, okay? The giant got killed and Pit decided that he had enough fighting for one day. That's it. And that's why his eyes became yellow. Again, yeah, a little bit. It was like I was just kind of like throwing in ideas, really. I was just being a little creative bean. Okay. Chapter 7. Yoshi. 3 guesses on who this chapter is about. You only get 3. Alright. Meanwhile, Yoshi was making eggs when he saw himself. But the other Yoshi was pink. Then he saw another Yoshi, but it was blue. Captain Falcon! Me fighter. Then he saw another Yoshi, but it was blue. Then he looked at his eggs, but they were gone. Then he made another egg and watched it. As he was watching it, Yoshi got licked up by one of the Yoshis, and he got stuck in an egg. Sora, BRB, okay. Google Super Smash Bros. Brawl characters. Okay, bye, Apple. The Yoshis ran away when Yoshi got out of the egg. The Yoshis that were running away were evil. Did you guys catch that? That little plot twist there? Yoshi chased the Yoshis, and when he got close enough, he turned into an egg. He used his shield. The Yoshis went towards Yoshi, not knowing it was him. Yoshi was supposed to break the egg when they got close, but he forgot. The egg cracked itself, and Yoshi went flying up and back down. When he landed, he got up fast and ran away. The evil Yoshis chased him. While Yoshi was running, he found a pair of wings. Final smash. He grabbed the wings and flew away. The evil Yoshi stopped chasing Yoshi, and Yoshi went to find a new place to lay eggs. So you guys know the Benny Hill theme song? That chapter in a nutshell. Yakety sax? Who? What? Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Chapter 8. This is when it gets serious. That's what the song is called? It has a name? Oh my goodness. I did not. I thought it was just Benny Hill theme song. Chapter 8. Who are you? Part 1. Kitty C, thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's absolutely crazy. That's like, you realize that's like $10, right? You realize that's like $10, right? 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 You do know? Okay. Okay, just checking. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, hang on, I gotta close the door. Yep. How about someone trying to make ends meet? Thank you. That is indeed me right now. Okay. So where were we? Chapter 8. Who Are You? Part 1. Meanwhile, Ike was training when he saw a beautiful girl with brown hair and a dress that was purple on the top and white on the bottom. Then he saw that she was being attacked. When Ike got to where the girl was, she was gone. In her place was someone else. When all the bad guys were defeated, the other guy transformed into the beautiful girl. Ike was confused. He didn't know that she was the princess of Hyrule, because obviously everyone knows that she can just turn into Sheik at will. Obviously. "You over there with the cape and sword," said the girl. "Who, me?" asked Ike. "Yes, you," replied the girl. "I am Zelda, princess of Hyrule. I was wondering if you knew the way to Hyrule." "I'm sorry, but I don't," said Ike. "Do you know where Link is?" asked Zelda. "Link? Who's Link?" He wears green clothes, has a sword and a shield, and he's the hero of Hyrule." "I think I saw him heading towards the mountain," said Ike. "Oh, thank you very much." "You're not going to go to the mountain alone, are you?" "Why can't I?" asked Zelda. "I heard there were bad guys there," said Ike. "Well, who could go with me to protect me?" asked Zelda. "I'll go," said Ike. "And what are we waiting for? Let's go," said Zelda. As they were walking to the mountain, Link came running from the mountain. He saw Ike with Zelda. I didn't write it in, but Link got a little jelly. He got a little jelly toast. Link drew out his sword and ran towards Ike. When Link swung his sword to hit Ike, Ike moved out of the way. "Link!" cried Zelda. Link turned around and ran towards Ike again, but Ike moved out of the way again. "What are you doing, Link?" asked Zelda. Link didn't answer, but he did ask, "Who's this guy?" "Link, this is Ike," replied Zelda. "He was going to protect me at the mountain looking for you." While they're talking, we're gonna go to the next chapter, so that's actually written in. That was not me. That was not me giving a commentary. That I actually wrote that into the story. That is canon to the story. While they're talking, we're going to go to the next chapter. So meanwhile, Chapter 9, Sick and Powerless. Meanwhile, Kirby had a really bad cold. As Kirby was on his way to get some medicine, he heard a monkey scream. "Uh-oh, something needs my help," thought Kirby. Kirby followed the noise, and when he got to where the noise was, he saw that it was Diddy Kong. He was captured by King Dedede. Kirby did his strongest kick on King Dedede, but it did nothing. "I'm powerless with this cold," said Kirby. As Kirby said this, he fell asleep. A few minutes later, he woke up and felt stronger than ever. Kirby tried his kick again. This time, it made King Dedede go flying. Kirby saved Diddy Kong from King Dedede, and they went home thinking King Dedede was dead. But he was not. ... But we all know Kirby can always say, "Boyo!" Look, I wasn't familiar with the Kirby lore at the time. I was 11. Okay, you gotta give me a little bit of leeway here. Boyo! Okay. Oh. Okay, so chapter 10. In quote scripture. Yes. Facts. Christian Kerbo, my beloved. Chapter 10. Who Are You? Part 2. Meanwhile, Link and Ike decided to team up to protect Zelda. As they were walking around, just wandering around, as they were walking around, Link saw Ganondorf. Uh-oh, he followed my tracks, thought Link. At that moment, Ganondorf saw Link. Then he saw Zelda. That's even better for my evil plan, thought Ganondorf. As Ganondorf went to use his evil magic to capture Zelda, Ike moved in front of Zelda, so Ike was captured instead. Editor's note, future Bree speaking here. I'd just like to say, so past Bree, intended this to be Ike seeing Ganondorf and being like, there ain't no way he's gonna like capture Zelda. I don't know how he knows this, seeing how he's not from Hyrule and doesn't know these people at all. But he realizes that Ganondorf is going after Zelda, and he's like, I can't have that. So he moves in front of Zelda so that he gets taken instead. You know, all heroic and stuff. Yeah, that was the idea for that. Moving on. Ike was captured instead. Then Ganondorf used his evil magic and went back to his castle. We have to rescue Ike, said Zelda. Let's go, said Link. Chapter 11. 2 dimensions. 2 dimensions. Miss Bree, will this be on the test? Yes. I expect you all to study the director's cut as well. Meanwhile, there were a lot of bad guys. Then Captain Falcon went BAM! Right through them all in his blue Falcon. Captain Falcon got out of his race car and more bad guys came. Captain Falcon was whooping them all. Then a giant one came. The giant got defeated in one punch. Then a mirror appeared. When Captain Falcon looked into it, it teleported him to another dimension. In that other dimension, Captain Falcon saw a fox that stood up on its hind legs. Its name was Fox. Fox said he could help Captain Falcon get to his own dimension. It's gonna be a long, hard journey, said Fox. Let's go, said Captain Falcon. Fox led Captain Falcon to where he stayed when he wasn't saving a planet. We should rest here for the night, said Fox. We'll need all the sleep we can get. The next day, Falco asked Fox if he could go too. Sure, said Fox. And so the three of them went off to Rumble Falls. There, they saw some platforms. They went up a few of them. Then they heard some thumping. Then when they turned around, but they saw nothing. Then they went up a few more platforms and heard some more thumping. They turned and saw nothing again. Suddenly, Donkey Kong landed right in front of them. Donkey Kong was mad because Diddy Kong got captured. He knew there were 2 dimensions, so he couldn't save Diddy Kong. Fox asked Donkey Kong how it happened. In brackets, I don't know. Well, said Fox, we are going to the other dimension. You could come with us. So the 4 of them went to complete their quest. I don't know why I made Donkey Kong unable to speak when, like, Kirby can speak. And I'm pretty sure I was intending Diddy Kong to speak. I don't remember. But for some reason, Donkey Kong can't talk because he's a gorilla. He's an ape. Donkey Kong an ape or a gorilla? What's the difference between it? I know the difference between a monkey and an ape. Because if it doesn't have a tail, then it's an ape. VeggieTales taught me that one. So anyways, I'm sure you guys are enthralled with what's happening with Ike, Link, and Zelda, and Ganondorf. So we should get back to that. Chapter 12. Who Are You? Part 3. Meanwhile, Zelda and Link were at Ganondorf's castle. Zelda went behind a giant rock and transformed into Sheik. Link and Sheik came to a door that was locked. Then some enemies came. Link and Sheik defeated the enemies and got the key to the door. They went through the door and up the stairs. Then they went through the door at the top of the stairs. This is just Ocarina of Time Ganon's castle, by the way. Just put that into your mind as I read this. There were more enemies through the door. They defeated the enemies and got the key to the door. Link and Sheik went through the door and up the stairs. The next door led to an empty room. They heard a voice that said, "If you can defeat my strongest guy, you will get the key to where I am. Though if you beat him, you'll never beat me, for I'm the strongest and most powerful of all." Then, out of the darkness, Ike came out. Link and Sheik wanted the key so they could teach Ganondorf a lesson. But they didn't want to kill Ike. Then Sheik remembered that Ike loved Zelda. You know, that subtle storytelling from before. I was so subtle with it, right? Yeah. So in my story, my headcanon is that Ike has a crush on Zelda. Yeah. I don't remember why I did that. But I did. I think I was trying to make a love triangle here. Sheik transformed into Zelda. "Ike," she said, "this isn't what you want. You want to save the world, not rule it. We'll need your help." Ike remembered Zelda, Link, and that he wasn't a bad guy. He was a good guy. Ike dropped the key. Link and Zelda were glad Ike came too, but then Zelda got captured by Ganondorf. Ike picked up the key and unlocked the door. Link and Ike went through the door and saw Ganondorf and Zelda. Link had a plan to rescue Zelda. He whispered it to Ike. Link ran to Ganondorf, sword drawn to distract him. Ike walked past them unnoticed. When Ike got to Zelda, she asked him, "Should we go help Link?" "No, he's fine," Ike replied, while leading Zelda back to the door. Link saw Ike succeeded in his part, so he gave a strong blow to Ganondorf, so he would stagger. I'm pretty sure I was about 14 at the time of writing this one, so I knew some fancier words. Like stagger. He would stagger, and Link could get over to Ike and Zelda. When Ganondorf regained his balance, he asked, "Is that all you've got, Link?" "I was going easy on you, Ganondorf," he replied. "I bet none of you could do better." "Oh yeah? Well, challenge accepted." Ike had cut Link off. Oh my god, can't believe it can't be a fanfic without a love triangle. "Ike, you can't defeat Ganondorf," said Link. "I think I can, Link," Ike said. He walked towards Ganondorf. Two of Ganondorf's minions got Link and Zelda and took them out of the room. "If you win, I'll let them go," Ganondorf said. "But if I win, you'll go with them." Fair enough. They started fighting. They were fighting for about a half hour when Ike went down. Thrilling fight scene, right? It took a whole half hour. Oh my gosh. I could do so much better right now. Okay, so Ike went down. "Told ya," said Link when Ike got to him and Zelda. Ike ignored him. They were in Ganondorf's dungeon. They all sat in silence, thinking. Ike and Link about how dumb Ike was. Zelda about how to get out, because, you know, girl power or something. I don't know. Then, suddenly, a loud crashing noise was made. It startled all three of them. Not much time later, a blue blur went past their cell door. "What was that?" asked Zelda, with a bit of fear in her voice. Ike was staring at the door. Is that? No, it can't be, Ike said to himself. Then the door swung open. There in the doorway was a young man with a sword. Ike was staring at him. Marth? He said to himself once more. Come, Ike, Link, and Zelda, said the young man. We must leave at once. He turned and walked out of the doorway. Link leaned over to Ike and whispered, Should we trust him? Ike stood up and began walking to the door. He stopped, looking back at Link and Zelda, and said, Yes. So that's not the original. The original is way weirder. I changed Marth's introduction so much. Because the original was whack. Are you guys enthralled? I'm not gonna lie, the Who Are You chapters are like my pride and joy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. For some reason, I it's when my creativity is at its peak. It must be the love triangle. The hopeless romantic in me. Okay. Chapter 13. Are we there yet? Meanwhile, Captain Falcon, Falco, and Donkey Kong were resting under a tree, while Fox was looking out into the horizon. It was sunset of day 7 since they left Rumble Falls. We're never going to find this other dimension, said Falco. I can't believe I'm saying this, Captain Falcon said, but I agree with Falco. Fox turned and faced the other three. Wait, you guys agreed on the same thing? Never thought I'd see that happen again, he said. You see, Captain Falcon and Falco didn't like each other that much. They tried avoiding the other as much as they could. Character development that we definitely saw in those last 7 days. The only other time they agreed on something was when Falco said he shouldn't have asked to come a few days ago. But, Fox said, though I'm glad you two agreed on another thing, you should never give up. Donkey Kong gave a really big head nod. Then something, or someone, grabbed Fox's tail and pulled him down off the cliff they were all on. Fox! Cried the three of them, except Donkey Kong, who said, "Arr!" in face of Fox. They all ran over to the edge of the cliff where Fox was pulled down. He is so dead, I just know it, said Falco. Then Fox's head and shoulders popped out of the mountainside. I'm not dead yet, he cried. The other three were startled at this. Oi, don't do that, Fox, Falco cried back. Sorry, man, but you three should get down here. Fox went back into the mountain. I'm not really sure how, but the bird, human, and ape followed Fox through the hole in the mountain. 14-year-old me realizing, like, how do they get here? They got there. they just like teleported or something. I don't know. There they saw Fox talking with a tall man with lots of belts and weapons. The man noticed the three newcomers, which made Fox notice. Oh good, you made it alive. This is Snake. He knows where the portal thing is. Walking off screen. Yeah, pretty much. Exit stage left. While the stage hands changed the scene. So here's what you need to do, Snake said. Snake began. Head west for about 600,500,000 miles. Then turn north and go that way for about 100,000 miles. Then turn southeast and walk 10,000 miles. Then dig down for 60,000 feet. You should find a really tiny thing that's really shiny. You want to take that thing to... The four travelers just stared at the man. You can't be serious, Captain Falcon said. Do I look like I'm not serious? Snake's rough face was as serious can get. Captain Falcon put his hand to his face. I'm never getting home. Falco's eyes twitched. I do know a shortcut that takes half a day. I guess you could take that path. It continued. Falco was starting to get frustrated. Why didn't you just say that in the first place? Before Snake could answer, there was an explosion, causing the cliff's hole to start collapsing. Before anyone said anything, the 5 of them were falling to their hard, earthy doom. Not actually. They all used their special moves right before they landed. Yeah, woo! Who's up for round 2? Fox said, with as much enthusiasm as you can have. The others looked at Fox, clearly not impressed. Snake then looked up at the cliff. Well, guess I'm traveling with you to this other dimension. Excellent, Fox said. The more the merrier. Flashing forward, the 5 are in a forest. Snake is moving from tree to tree quickly. Snake, what are you doing? Captain Falcon asked. Hiding from our enemies, he replied. Then Snake came out into the middle of the path, took out a box from his back pocket, and got under it. Wait, where'd that box come from? Said the very, very observant Falco. I just had to get the box in there somehow. I was just like, I want to get the box in here. I gotta get the box. Hoy map hack! You're about 2 pages late, Appleman. The explosion was 2 pages ago. How many chapters are we in so far? This is chapter 13. We're at chapter 13. Out of 100, got it. No, out of... Actually, I have to go to the first draft to see. Oh, I added chapters. I added chapters in the second draft. So I'd say probably about 20. About 20 chapters. He's left at the start of Yoshi's chapter. Yeah, that's about 8 chapters. Okay, where are we? Yeah, so Snake got into his box just because I was like, I need to include the box somewhere. Haha, references. A few hours later, the band of... Why did I call them merry men? So anyways, they turned a corner. There, in the middle of the opening, was a mirror that looked exactly like the one Captain Falcon saw in his own dimension. Yeah, it is a Robin Hood reference, but I'm like, why did I call them that? Oh, look, it's been here the whole time, Snake said in his serious voice. Yes! Captain Falcon ran happily to the mirror, looked into it, and was transported back home. The other 4 shortly followed. This chapter is just full of references, okay? Home! Home! Port Arrow Drive! That's a quote from Robin Hood Men in Tights, the Mel Brooks movie. Captain Falcon turned to his companions. Well, thanks for helping me find my way home. He took out some keys, pushed a button, and his blue falcon came. Captain Falcon saluted the 4, jumped in the car, and drove off. Well, that was a great adventure, wasn't it? Fox said in his normal enthusiastic voice. Yeah, Snake said before turning and walking away. Arr! Donkey Kong said, which translates to Diddy Kong! He ran off. Fox turned to Falco. Come, my friend, adventure's out there! That's a quote from Up. Fox ran off and Falco followed. The Key Jangle chapter. Oh. You remember as kids, your siblings found a video where Falcon was mad Snake got with Samus? It was on. See, I think that's what I was trying to. I would. There were times where I'd ask my siblings to reenact this fan fiction in Super Smash Bros. Brawl with me. I have such great siblings. I have to blow my nose. 1 second. Leaving you guys in suspense. You guys missed my wee because I was muted. You don't think you could go back to Melee today though? Felt too jank last time you played. Bro, same though. It was a long time ago, but I did go back, and I was like, I can't use this. I cannot control this. It was definitely a game of its time. Your brothers and you would spend hours on Melee? We would too, yes. Okay. So, here, oh wow, my handwriting jumped. Holy Dinah. What is this, like, borderline cursive writing from a single page flip? Is this me? Did I write this? What the heck? Who was your main? Definitely went for Falcon or Link. In Melee, so my mains for each of the games were Super Smash Bros. 64. I used Link. For Melee, I used Young Link, although I did do a pretty banger Bowser. Said as, like, you know, a 6-year-old who just button mashed really. Brawl, I used Ike. Smash Bros. 4, I used Robin. And then Smash 5 Ultimate, I currently main Joker and Dark Pit. Surprisingly, it changed every single game. I'm a sword character lady? Apparently! Well, apparently. Okay. Chapter 14. Who are you? Part 4. Because we're not done yet. We're not done with them yet. So what happened in part 3? Incineroar Chad Club representing. I can't really get behind Incineroar. I see it. And like I see people doing really well with it. I'm like, I'm happy for you. And then I just don't use it. Just like his cheesiness. Blech. Always main the Link as the main in every Smash you played except Brawl. You're a Sonic main. Sonic. Yeah, so what happened at the end of Who Are You Part 3? Right. So Ike, Link, and Zelda were in Ganondorf's dungeon. Marth showed up, let them out, and we got this really dramatic thing of like, who is this guy? And Ike's like, it's Marth. Like, whoever Marth is. Who the heck is Marth? To Link! You wish your brain had big enough to play Pac-Man? I know somebody who did a really good Pac-Man, like main Similar in 4, replace Sonic with Ness. Who the heck is Marth? The ultimate Toon Link is your number one. Yeah. I should do a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate fanfiction where it's like in the style of this Brawl's Adventure, but just with literally everyone is here. Ultimate stream win? I was actually planning to have one at some like an open arena / collab during this donathon, but I've just been so busy doing everything else of the goals list that I just haven't had time. I've also really wanted to do. I really wanted to do like a VTubers ultimate tourney, like put one together and stuff. But I chickened out because I was still so small and I didn't want to like risk someone coming in and that was like sketchy or something. But I think I know enough people that now I might be able to. Enjoy your lurk, Joshua Mary Streams. Thanks for dropping in. But where do you, because you so was Kingdom Hearts 1, you were like K when Sora's announced. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Sora was so hyped by the community. And then he got dropped and everyone was like, okay. And then just kept playing their mains. Like, it's weird. Trying doing Smash Ultimate Online got absolutely rocked. I know. I'll play. I don't mind getting like absolutely destroyed by friends, but getting absolutely destroyed by strangers who live and breathe Smash Bros just feels so makes me feel so terrible about myself. Destroyed by strangers feels so bad. Okay, we're getting off topic. Well, I mean, we're technically still on topic. We're technically still on topic because we're talking about Smash Bros. But it is better if it's your homie, yeah. Or is one of your mains? It's weird to you. You never cared that you got in Smash. I mean, some characters I think just don't need to be in Smash, I guess. Waluigi got robbed. Instead, we got Daisy. Said we got Daisy, which is just Peach recolored. She's Peach, but different. She's an Echo Fighter, which means that she's just a recolor with very minimal changes. So, it's at this chapter where I ditched the meanwhile. I finally grew out of the word meanwhile. We just jump right into it. Chapter 14. Who Are You? Part 4. Oh my goodness. Okay, I swear I put this down for like 2 years and then picked it up and just started writing in like a cold sweat or something. Because this is a whole new handwriting and a whole new writing style, okay? Bear with me here. The intensity of the situation was high. Sweat ran down faces as a variety of Ganondorf's lackeys chased after the escaped prisoners. The young man named Marth, as Ike says, was holding back the monsters as best he could, as he was the only one with a weapon at the time. The other three continued running to the destination Marth instructed they go to, saying they could find their weapons there. Panting, the three past prisoners finally slowed at a corner. Ike peered around the corner, but quickly came back around. He only needed one word to describe the situation to his otherworldly companions. Moblins, Ike said. Link and Zelda stared at the blue-haired young man for a second. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna pretend that's not there. Ike looked at Link with a confused look because of what he said that I didn't say, before Zelda made a tisk sound and said, "Men can't do anything without their weapons." Whoa! Whoa! Past Bree! What you talking about, girl? Past Bree, what's going on in your mind? Sexist Zelda? Yeah, apparently. What is going on here? Okay. So anyways, then Zelda made a series of arm movements and a ball of red fire formed from thin air. She directed the ball around the corner and, a few seconds later, there was an explosion. Ike looked back around the corner and saw the moblins were either gone or on the floor, dead. Ike looked back to the princess. You a fire mage or something? Because at this point, I had finally played a Fire Emblem game, so I actually knew who Ike was and what things to reference. He asked, to which she replied, "It's called Din's Fire, no tomes needed." Zelda smiled and walked around the corner. I swear, she would have flipped her hair right there. She would have flipped her hair right then and there. Link and Ike followed, Ike shaking his head in slight disbelief. The only other person he knew who could use magic of some kind without tomes or staves was the silver-haired maiden. References! The door the moblin seemed to have been guarding was now damaged greatly, from the explosion, no doubt. Zelda gently opened the charred door to reveal Ike's sword, Ragnall, and Link's master sword. The two young men took their weapons cautiously, looking for any sort of traps. Luckily, no traps were sprung, that they know of. The three in the room heard a skid, and they all looked to the door. Marth was standing in the door frame, panting. "Oh good, you made it alive," Marth said. That's it.
Ooh.
Sorry, there were kids making some noises, but actually though, like legitimately, that was it. That was the end of the second draft. That is where I ended it off at age 16. 6 years of work. And that is when I would have started the third draft, which is the one that I posted online and got one chapter in. Send to Nintendo? Heck yeah. So there is more. We just have to go back to the first draft if we want to continue the story. However, there will be some things that just they've lost. There are some things that I've retconned. I put a sad face in the writing here. This entire page I just scratched out. I don't know why I even kept it. So. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Do you guys... Okay, so. And you hope with Sexist Zelda being like men, am I right, ladies? And you hope we get Baker Marth being like women, am I right, fellas? Can't believe I wrote that. Okay, so to continue, we will be going back to the first draft. And we will also be going backwards a little bit into the story. So we just read through Who Are You Part 4. We will be going back to Who Are You Part 3, okay? Because a lot of that was changed, but that's what leads into the rest of the story, okay? You following me here, guys? You following me? First draft, this would have been like 10, 11-year-old Bree or something. So... and also very cringe. So, we return back to the moment where they're in Ganon's castle, they're captured, all of that stuff. So like, what is this? Where do I start with this? How far back do I have to go? Okay, so Ike just lost his fight against Ganondorf, and the three of them are now officially captured by Ganondorf. Okay, we on the same page here? Okay. In the room where Ganondorf's minions took Link and Zelda, the three of them, Ike, Link, and Zelda, were tied to poles. They were not just in a little dungeon. They were tied to a pole, I guess. Well, excuse me, princess. Just then, Ganondorf's minions heard a sound like a door breaking. 3 of the 4 minions went to check it out, and the 4th stayed with... Oh my gosh, this spelling, I cannot read this. Stayed with Ike, Link, and Zelda in case they escape. A couple of minutes later, a blur went past Ike, Link, and Zelda. What was that? Asked Link and Zelda at the same time. Ike was staring wide-eyed in front of him. I think that was my longtime friend, said Ike. Yeah, because I didn't know that they were from different games and also different timelines. I was like, they're both from Fire Emblem. They must know each other. I think that was my longtime friend, said Ike. I'd recognize his speed anywhere. Do you remember his name? Asked Zelda. His name is Marth, said Ike. Then the rope that held them to the poles broke. Marth was staring at the wall. He just staring at the wall, bro. Just as Ike was going to say something, Ganondorf closed and locked the door so tightly that not even the strongest thing on earth could break it. Link, can you tell where weak walls are? Asked Marth. Asked Mark. I guess I can, said Link. After a while, Marth and Ike were half asleep when Zelda said, I'm hungry. Then 5 seconds later, Link said, I found a weak wall. Okay, Link, do you have any bombs? Asked Marth. Link checked his item bag and just their luck had 1 bomb left. Good, now place the bomb where the weak wall is. Link put the bomb near the wall and then ran away. And 4 seconds later, the bomb exploded. Oh, hi, Mark. Of course I remember Marth, we dated. Oh. They all went towards the wall, hoping that it made a way out. But there was another wall there. Link went to the wall and started attacking it with his sword. Yo, chill, said Ike. Maybe I can help, said Zelda. How can you help? Asked Marth. I can use Din's fire to break the wall down, said Zelda. Oh, no, you can't. Let me try, said Zelda. Okay, fine, said Marth. So Zelda used Din's fire, and the wall broke. Wow. Zelda gave Marth a stare, and Marth stepped back a little. Zelda was always... Zelda was always a little bit sexist, I think. Then they all ran out the wall. Ganondorf heard the first explosion and went out his lair and followed their footprints. His lair was in the desert. As they were running, Link, Marth, Ike, and Zelda looked back and saw Ganondorf. Guys, said Zelda, what would happen if Ganondorf was following us? Why? Asked Link. Oh, I don't know. Maybe because he is. Who wrote this, Marvel? Marvel, hire me. Proof men can't do anything without their stuff. Look at what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. Yes. Okay. Okay, Jonathan. The three guys stopped and turned around. Maybe we should run, said Link. Yeah, I like that idea, said Ike. So they ran as fast as Ike, because they didn't want to leave anyone behind, and Ike was the slowest. As they were running, they passed Olimar. Run! They all screamed at the same time. Then Ganondorf slowly ran past Olimar. Then they ran past Snake. Run! They all screamed at the same time again. Then Ganondorf slowly ran past Snake. Then Link remembered that he beat Ganondorf before, so he turned around and ran towards Ganondorf. Then Zelda turned around and called out, Link, where are you going? Ike and Mark stopped and turned around. I'm going to beat Ganondorf, Link called back. But you need bombs, said Zelda. In what game do you need bombs to beat Ganondorf? Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I guess. Link stopped and looked around for some grass in the desert. And luckily there was some grass in the desert. He knelt down at the grass and said, here goes nothing. He drew his sword and cut the grass, and there were 5 bombs in the grass. Link threw all 5 bombs at Ganondorf, and when the smoke was gone, Ganondorf was gone. Yes, said Link. He'll be back, you know, said Ike. I know, said Link. Let's go to a restaurant, 'cause I'm starving. Said Zelda. Okay, said Link. I have 1,000 rupees, said Link. I have 2,000 rupees, said Zelda. I have $1, said Marth. Hey, look, a nickel, said Ike. What do you have, Ike? Asked Link. A nickel? Okay. Let's go, said Zelda. I thought I was a comedy genius with that nickel. I thought I was comedic genius with that nickel joke. Also, the reason I put Snake and Olimar there was because at the time I didn't know where to put them. Excuse me. I didn't know where to put them in the story, but I knew I wanted to include everybody. So I was like, I'm gonna just put Olimar and Snake here. I'm just gonna have them run past. Link, wait, why am I running? He's bottom tier. They run as fast as Ike, so walking pretty much. Bombs are a key part of Link combos, I suppose, in Smash Bros. You predicted Scar with sword. Grass Machina. It's been real slow and no war's happening. I only know Ike is cool, Miss Mercenary. I mean, I suppose, yeah, actually, if you think about it, it is a little bit canon that he has no money. Because he is a mercenary. Yeah, there haven't been any wars recently. Not at all. Okay. So, chapter, what would this technically be? It's technically chapter 13, but also chapter 15. We'll say 15. Chapter 15. Meanwhile, Samus was running in the hall of a spaceship with a siren that's going wee-wah, wee-wah. As Samus was running in the hall, 2 guys dropped down in front of her. She skid while trying to stop so she could turn around, but when she turned around, the guys that were chasing her caught up with her. Samus was trapped. The 4 guys took Samus to the leader of the ship. "What should we do with the intruder?" asked one of the guys. "Put her in the prison with the other intruders," said the leader. At the prison, Samus met two guys. One was a Pokemon named Lucario. He had glowing blue hands and he always looks angry, but he's not most of the time. The other guy, well, there's not much about him, except for that he's weird and he farts a lot. His name is Wario. While Samus was looking for a way to get out, she found a missing part of the prison door. She put one of her bombs there, and the missing part was bigger. I forgot, I conveniently forgot to mention that the bomb exploded, and that's what made the hole bigger. But it's okay. Zelda to Samus. Men need tools to make our powers like losers. Samus, bro. Oh my gosh. Now they can get out. They were running in the hall. They were running in the hall when the leader's minions noticed that they escaped. Wario was on his motorcycle because he's slow. Then Samus remembered that she ran faster without her armor. She took all the energy from her armor to get rid of it and kill most of the bad guys. A big blast came from her gun, killed most of the bad guys, and she turned into Zero Suit Samus. As they were running, they checked all the doors, but they were locked. They finally found a door that was unlocked. They went in it, and the minions ran right past the door. But they shouldn't have gone into that door because it was the leader's den! "Hello, intruders," said the leader. "I see you have escaped." "Who are you?" asked Zero Suit Samus. Turning around, he was facing the back wall. He said, "I am Wolf, but there is no time for introductions, so let's just get this over with." While they were fighting, by the way, it was really intense. The last of Wolf's minions came into the room. Two of them grabbed Lucario and Wario. The rest of them ran to their leader's side. "That is so not fair," said Samus. "Exactly. Now, I'll give you two choices. Either the lives of your friends or your life." Samus thought about it for a little while. She looked up and said, "Neither." Then she jumped. When she came down, she was glowing yellow. She got a smash ball. Wolf opened his mouth to speak, but it was too late. Samus started glowing white. Then the light went away. Samus had her armor back. She charged up her gun and a blue blast came out of it. Wolf and his minions that were by his side flew out of the ship. Samus did the same thing with the minions that were holding her friends. They flew out to the ship too. Samus saved her friends. Space! Wolf was trying to take it over. And her life. So they all went home. I use tools to get mistaken as a man at times. I find that insulting, princess. Oh my goodness. Guys, we're almost done. We have 3 pages left. Not even. It's 2.5 pages. You guys ready for this? Chapter 16, titled The Really Big Meeting. Chapter 16, The Really Big Meeting. Meanwhile, Bowser, Ganondorf, King Dedede, and Wolf got together. They just like going to a bar and like having a little guy time, little villain time, little villains chat, I guess. Oh no. "We must put an end to us losing to the good guys," said King Dedede. "How are we going to do that?" asked Bowser. "I couldn't even beat Mario with the Star Rod to make me invincible." Haha, reference, because at the time I had finally played Paper Mario. "I can't even beat Fox with all my mates," said Wolf. "I can't even beat Link with the Triforce of Power," said Ganondorf. "Well, with all of us together, we could most likely defeat all of our enemies. Statistically speaking." Yeah, let's go, said everyone else. So they sent emails. So they sent emails to certain people to meet. Bowser sent emails to Mario, Luigi, Peach, Pokemon Trainer, Jigglypuff, Sonic, and Rob. Ganondorf sent emails to Link, Zelda, Marth, Ike, Olimar, Snake, Ness, and Lucas. King Dedede sent emails to Kirby, Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, Captain Falcon, Pit, Yoshi, and Mr. Game & Watch. And Wolf sent emails to Samus, Lucaria, Wario, Fox, Falco, Ice Climbers, and Pikachu. Now that we've done that, Ganondorf said, we go to the place and wait. Meanwhile, everyone checked their email. They all read the email saying to go to the place. They all raced there as fast as they could. When they got to the place, they all realized that it was a trap. So you finally made it, said Ganondorf. Why did you bring us all here? Asked Sonic. Because we're tired of you beating us all the time. So we're gonna beat you this time, said Bowser. Okay, let's go, said Mario, Link, Fox, and Kirby. Chapter 15. The Final Fight, Part 1. They all ran towards the bad guys. Link and Zelda were fighting Ganondorf. Mario, Peach, and Luigi were fighting Bowser. Fox and Falco were fighting Wolf. Kirby, Diddy Kong, and Donkey Kong were fighting King Dedede. Everyone else was fighting whoever was closest. And then that's it. Leaving y'all on a cliffhanger because it doesn't exist. The ending doesn't exist. It's a trap, Admiral Akbar. Sonic's arch nemesis, Bowser. With all of us working together, we can't lose to them, but then they'll be working together. It'll be the same thing. Don't worry about it. I was so close to finishing it. It was gonna be this huge, everyone gets together and has a huge fight because, you know, Brawl's Adventure, Super Smash Bros. And that was when I was gonna end it. And my stuff is falling over, and it was gonna be so cool, and then I never finished it. But the power of friendship, of enemy friendship. You're right, I can still finish it. You know, only can't finish it if you die. There is no friendship. What do you mean? Friendship is magic, though. Oh, wait, magic doesn't exist, though. Haha, so magic doesn't exist. Keep jumping a tree. Oh, hello. Sora is the only Smash Fire with canonical friends as their power. Tell me that what Zelda or Robin do isn't magic. They're not real. Oh. Oh, okay. You misunderstood the statement. Friendship isn't real, magic isn't real, and friendship is magic, therefore friendship isn't real. Right, so, GG's. Yeah, that's it. Friends are power, then power isn't real either. So, a little behind the scenes, knowledge. So yeah, so I originally started Brawl's Adventure at the age of 10 because I had a dream where Sonic and Rob were sneaking around a factory of sorts. And that is what inspired me to start writing this fan fiction. And then I started writing it, and it had nothing to do with Sonic and Rob at a factory. And so that led to the second revision, which was me rewriting it to be more in line with the original concept. Wow. There it is. Found it. It was almost at a factory. Yeah, sure. Oh boy. This is a story I have been writing for 6 years. This is not the original, as the original is absolutely horrible, with many grammar errors, spelling errors, and cheesiness. So much cheese. Not to mention hard to follow and incomplete. The plot is more or less the same, but how would you know what the original was? ... Anyway. It's definitely an improvement. It's still very short though. Oh. So let me just share with you what the most updated version of Brawl's Adventure is. The breeze was blowing a nice speed. That is how I started it. The breeze is blowing a nice speed. Solid start. Thank you. I thought it was really great. I thought it was wonderful. Okay. The breeze was blowing a nice speed across the large meadow. Blades of grass and flowers of numerous colors danced to the push and pull force of the wind. Various woodland creatures dotted the area, grazing on the luscious green grass or drinking from the small ponds scattered around. The outskirts of Green Hill Zone were so different from the inner zone that it seemed a completely different place. Mountains stretched around the meadow, creating a half-circle barrier, keeping its inhabitants safe from outside predators. The only unnatural thing about the place was a strangely blue figure standing at the entrance. Its emerald eyes darted from pond to creature to mountain, seemingly searching for something. Soon the darting stopped, and the figure smiled, walking further into the meadow. It wasn't until he was about center of the area that he stopped. Sighing, he sank down to the ground until he was lying on his back. The wind rustled his blue quills as he lay, watching the few clouds pass by the sun. It's already like double the length of what the original was, and I haven't even gotten to like the meat of the chapter yet. It's a solid snake start. Though he liked to run and he was often impatient, Sonic the Hedgehog still enjoyed a little rest every once in a while, and right now was his current once in a while. He listened to the birds chirp and the rabbits and squirrels nibble on the rations they've gathered. He yawned as the sounds lulled him in a way nothing else could, and closed his eyes, slowly drifting off to sleep. Bang! By the way, where is it? Bang, bang! This is where this comes from. Sonic had only been sleeping for a few moments before he was awoken by an incredibly loud noise. He sat up quickly and looked around, expecting a certain Dr. Eggman to be attacking the beautiful meadow. but the only thing he saw was the scurrying of small animals trying to find a safe haven to hide. Confusion hit Sonic as the only evidence that proves something happened. And the still ringing in his ears. Other than that, it was as if nothing had all happened. Just as Sonic was about to dismiss... Oh man, I have 8 seconds left. Just as Sonic was about to dismiss it as unimportant, it happened again. Bzzz, bang, bang! What in the world of Mobius is that? He thought to himself as he stood up, looking in the direction of the banging. I'd better go see. Stretching out his previously relaxed muscles, Sonic got ready to run towards the mountains and soon ran off at the speed of sound, leaving a blurry trail of blue in his wake. With his speed, it didn't take long to reach the destination. Choosing the smallest mountain, which was really more of a hill, standing at about 12 feet, Sonic peeked over the top to get a grasp of what he was dealing with. What he saw surprised him. It wasn't Eggman at all that he could see. There were 4 figures on the ground below Sonic, 3 of them looking nearly identical. He couldn't tell if they were organic or made of metal, but it was obvious that they were harassing the 4th figure, which was, with no doubt, a robot. None of the figures looked like any badnik Sonic had ever seen. The creator of the robot seemed to have taken a liking to the rectangle shape when making it, as the only non-rectangular part of the robot was the spine, which was a long, thin cylinder. The others, though, took a more circular look, with what looked like a cord stuck into their backs. But the cord didn't lead to anything, it just stopped. Cut off, it looked like. It was hard to see from his angle, but Sonic thought he saw something on their faces, not unlike an insane man's grin. The sight shook Sonic a bit, as this was nothing he had ever seen before. He stayed in his roost on the mountain observing the situation below until one of the grinning 3 made a violent move towards the surrounded robot. Hero instincts taking over, Sonic ran down the mountain, stopping in between the attacker and its victim, and blocking the blow meant for the metallic being. Joker bots? I don't think so. Basically, this is just like me actually describing what I was seeing in my mind. Like, changing what I changed from the original draft, turning it into this, all I did was actually describe what I was seeing, rather than just being like, Sonic was exploring, then he saw Rob was being attacked, blah blah blah, you know? So literally nothing has changed between like this and the original draft, aside from just more words, more descriptors. Fun fact. Anyway, where was I? The attacker reversed his movements to bring it back firmly on its feet, away from the blue hedgehog. It stared at Sonic with large crystal-like eyes, head tilted slightly, and an insane grin taking up half its face. The sight sent chills down Sonic's spine. He needed to take his eyes away from the creep, so he took the chance to look back to the thing he protected. Its glass eyes stared at his emerald. He couldn't put his finger on it, but Sonic could sense something coming from inside the glass layer. It was almost like the robot was trying to communicate with him somehow. This sight was not much better than the previous one, so Sonic turned back to the 3 identical beings. Just in time, too! One of them had its fist nearly in Sonic's face. He blocked it with no time to spare by grabbing the fish tightly. With it still unbalanced from the sudden grab, Sonic kicked the crystal-eyed enemy in its side, causing it to fly straight into one of its allies. They both fell, one on top of the other, neither getting up. The third continued to stare at the hedgehog and robot, uncaring of its cohorts. Suddenly, the once stilled starer jumped high into the air, descent coming shortly after towards the 2 forms on the ground. Sonic prepared for a jump, planning to meet it halfway, but before his feet left the ground, a loud bang sounded and a thick pink beam shot straight through the center of the grinning attacker. It fell limply to the ground, smoke rising from the gaping hole through its fried body. Sonic looked back to the robot he previously protected, noticing some nearly transparent smoke rising from the eye area. So that's what the noise was. It was this robot. Sonic looked the square-based robot up and down. Doesn't look like it should be able to hold that much power. Thanks, he said, after a while looking it over, for taking care of that last guy. Though I could have dealt with him myself just fine, he disregarded saying, but thought it all the same. The robot lowered its head in a shy way. It certainly wasn't one of Eggman's. It's far too humble. Humble robot. Did your creator give you a name? Sonic was very interested in this mechanical being, to his small surprise. The robot slowly raised its head and paused before answering. R-O-B, it said, pausing between each letter. Its voice was very mechanical. Sonic didn't think it possible to have a voice more so. R-O-B, huh? Glad to have something to call this robot. Sonic nodded. Mind if I just call you Rob? R-O-B is a bit long. When the robot nodded, Sonic looked over to the still grinning creeps. What were those things? Do you know why they were attacking you? Rob nodded again, and Sonic walked over to the two grinners piled up to examine them. They wish to use me. I am valuable to them, Rob claimed, its mechanical voice thickening the more it spoke. Sonic paused his examining to look back at to the robot. Valuable? How so? He was truly intrigued by this speaking metal, which nearly never happened. It surprised him tremendously. I am a robot, was all that was said in reply. It seemed too little and simple for that to be the only reason for their wish to use it, as Sonic saw it. But before he could dive deeper into the reason, the three grinning lumps started moving, and the cords stuck to their back started to pull. There was nothing touching the cords, and no continuation of the cords could be seen for miles, but they were being pulled by something. Sonic watched in confusion as the cords pulled the attached being slowly away from him and Rob. We must follow them, Rob said suddenly. They may lead us to their base of operation. Rob made sense. If they followed, they might find out some information not obtained elsewhere. Sonic nodded. Maybe we can find out more on why they're after you. I'd like to know that myself. Better start walking before we lose them. Putting his hands behind his head, Sonic started walking, as running would not be necessary. Rob followed, his wheels turning quickly to keep up. What did your creator name you? Rob asked, to which Sonic laughed quietly, partially at how Rob worded the question, partially at how he forgot to mention it. Sonic, he said, a smirk finding its way to his lips. Sonic the Hedgehog. That's it! That's the new chapter 1! Wahey! Sorry, I just read the summary I used. Before or after the events of Subspace Emissary, the summoned heroes and villains return to their homeworlds, but it's not long before they split up. Before they start up on a new adventure together. Events start to happen around the worlds, and Okay, I think we're good. What was I saying? Where was I? summary for this. Events start to happen around the world and crossovers are everywhere. Everywhere, I say. Yeah, stuff gets real. 16-year-old Bree. No, I'm not reading Brawl Aftermath. I'm reading the fanfiction that I wrote as a 10-year-old. The one that is not online, like, hardly at all. You got League of Legends back? Why? Just delete it. Just remove it. Brawl Aftermath. Also, fun fact, the very first original, it wasn't originally called Brawl's Adventure. It was originally called Sonic's Vacation. I don't know why. The after party. But anyway, that's everything I have for Brawl's Adventure. That is everything I have to share with you guys. I should finish it. I should finish it. Tell the story. Okay, in the rewrite, she won't be sexist. Sorry, you're thinking of his subsidies and Mary World's Conquest? I think I know what you were talking about, yes. Because I think that's the one that Saren thought I would be reading. And the rewrite should be even more. No! No, I am fixing Teen Bree's mistakes. But yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like, the ideas I had, like, what I read to you guys is, like, the bare bones basic. Like, what I read to you guys is so, like, simplified, but in my mind, I can still so clearly see everything that I was trying to get across. And I'm like, this is actually not half bad. It's just really poorly written. Keep her sexist as an inside joke. Please, no. Please, no. Please, no. Why is work calling me? Oh, okay. Why? Stop. Work. It is Friday. I don't work till tomorrow. Shh. Shush. But yeah. Try writing a short story that's been in your head recently. It's way easier to spell out the narrative to someone than to actually write it. Yeah. Very much so. Writing is hard. I do enjoy doing it a lot, though. Difference between sketching and actually doing line work? Yes. And that's why often you'll see people being like, my sketch looks better than the line work. It all just takes practice, though. Just gotta write it. Just write. Get better. Like, the amount that I improved in the 6 years since I started this and then doing that rewrite. Night and day, my dudes. Try getting into sketching? Nice. Okie dokie. Don't think you can do human anatomy yet? You'll get there. I used to be very not good at it. I still have room for improvement, but I at least after months, years of practice, I now feel confident enough. We all gotta start somewhere. I started with Sonic the Hedgehog fan art, so like I started drawing anthropomorphic animals. We all get there. We all get there. Anatomy is hard mainly because we're so used to seeing it perfectly. Yes, exactly. The main thing to do is continue and then look back on your own work. That's the thing that's helped me continue on. Is just thinking about where I was a year ago, where I was 2 years ago, what I was drawing when I was, the old sketchbook tour that I'll be showing you guys at a later time. You're bizarrely really good at hands. That's amazing. Hands are one of the most difficult things to get right because they feel so fake even in real life. You like to point people towards working with light and shadows. For you, it's helpful to think of light and shadow as two separate shapes that you have to capture both of. Okay, Apple, thanks for dropping in. I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm gonna change the stream title. You did drawing a little bit during undergrad because you wanted to be a character artist, and you realized that you were looking at a highly competitive program where you had only been drawing for like 6 months. Yeah. So like, would it have been like character design or what? Or just character creation, design and sketching? And that's when you just art and then become a freelance artist. And you just do commissions. You wanted to work in the video game industry because you were an 18-year-old teenager. I still want to work in the video game industry. I want to be a video game writer. Every 18-year-old teenage guy wants to work in that industry. I would love to. I would love to have the opportunity to write for video games, but I unfortunately need to write and create a portfolio in order to do that. So probably not gonna happen anytime soon, but you never know. You never know. The Catholic writing Discord you're part of? Yeah. Sure. I don't know how active I'll be in it, but that'd be nice. Just being inside of it, maybe I can get some ideas, get creative again, share some work, be inspired to work on the things that I've wanted to work on. Yeah. Thank you. I will join after stream. Bandages. Oh, excuse me. Bye. Also, a reminder, guys, who weren't here at the beginning of stream, I do have a poll up. Oh my gosh, you guys. I do have a poll up in my Discord. If you're not in the Discord, you do !Discord to get the link. I have a poll up at the moment to choose a game genre that I don't typically play games of. That we will be playing a game of. Most likely sometime next week. The options are roguelike, Metroidvania, and Souls-like. I'm not opposed to these genres. However, they are typically not things that I choose to play. And for some reason, people keep voting for Book, Breedy Kitty, and Clown, which are not options. So please don't do that. You recommend some good roguelikes if that wins. I took a peek through Steam for some options. I will definitely take Rex. But it will also just depend on like how expensive it is. Because that's my main thing. Like the whole reason I'm doing a donathon is because I'm strapped for cash. So I don't want to spend too much on a game. I had Hades on my wish list for a good while. But I just never got it because it was a roguelike. And I was like, I don't feel like playing roguelike very much. It's not on sale right now. I don't know if maybe it was and I missed it, but it's not right now. You will throw Neptopia at me, but you're not gonna have Metroidvania win. I don't know. If people would just take it seriously, if people like Saren would take it seriously and actually vote for one of them instead of voting for Book. It could win. What's slower paced roguelike to interact with chat? Slay the Spire. I've heard good things about Slay the Spire. No, don't vote for Book. It's not an option. Flame did Clown. Flame? Look, you can vote for Book. Just vote for something else as well. You guys are the worst. You guys are the worst. Hoi. Oh, hoi, P. Tony. Welcome to the server. Anyway. You voted for roguelike because that's basically the same as a book. You gonna be on Game of Favorites names? Oh, heck yeah. Assuming I'm not gonna crash immediately. It'll depend. I mean, it'll depend on if the timer is actually done, I guess. BRB phone call? Tell him I say hi! Tell him I say hoy! Okay, card? You did not just. You did not. Self-insert Legend of Zelda fanfiction live reading. Well, I might as well do that now. I might as well just do that now. Okay. Okay. You also stream Blood on the Clock Tower if you want to make that part of the donathon. I mean, it depends if we got time or not. Bard gotta be Bardin. Yay. I need to read up on the characters for Clock Tower. I should probably do that before tomorrow. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, it might be a good idea. Or I could just wing it. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Just hope I get the character that's just like, kill everybody. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And read the characters live on the street. I could. I sure could. Yeehaw. I make this a little bit bigger so I can actually like read it. Oh my gosh, we actually made it to 250. 250. All your IRL players started from literal scratch though without reading the script, so you can do that. That do be how I tend to roll. Just wing it. You just wing it. Yeah, so we're all on the topic of fanfic, so I might as well keep going. Self-insert, let's freaking go. Self-insert, baby. Trouble Brewing expects that many people will jump in the deep end without reading beforehand. Aw, heck yeah. Bree winging it. Alright. Let me see if I can find it. Oops. Writer. Search. Oh my gosh, it has reviews? Oh my gosh, I just remembered. So I sent this. Okay. I sent this to a DeviantArt artist who would often make like Zelda characters interact. And I was like, my friend and I are writing this self-insert fanfic. Do you want to read it? And they actually were like, sure. And then they read it and left comments. And how old was I? How old was I with this? 15. I was 15 when... It's always a wild start to a story. Yeehaw! Okay, so couple things to note about this. I'm not the only one in this story. So I was Baby Bree at the time. I was Baby Bree. Okay. So, couple things to preface this bad boy with. So I was 15 and I was writing this with my best friend at the time. I say at the time because we are no longer talking to each other. Yeah, a little F's in chat, yeah, for that bad boy. So it's a Legend of Zelda self-insert. So my best friend at the time and me get isekai'd into Zelda. We get isekai'd into Zelda to where, so she likes Dark Link and I like Shadow Link. They're two different characters, okay? You cannot tell me otherwise. They're two different characters. They're both shadows of Link, but they're from different games And they have different personalities. You cannot change my mind. I don't care that they are shadows. I don't care. They have different personalities. One of them actually has a personality. The other one is Darklink. I'm sorry. Tony, you still are talking. Darn. You can't. Okay, look. Do I need to pull up images? Do I need to Darklink? Let me pull up character. Okay, look here. I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't know who the artists are, unfortunately. So I'm not gonna leave them up on screen, but just so that you guys know, get a visual. Quick visual. And Shadowlink. Four swords. Okay, so this is Shadowlink. Okay? That's Shadowlink. That's the one that I like. And, image. This one is Darklink. If I can find him. Where did he go? I've lost him. I've lost my shadow. Someone call Wendy. Someone call Peter Pan. Because we be losing our shadows. There we go. Darklink. Okay. Darklink. Okay. Here's the differences, okay? Okay. See, this one is Darklink. So he has, white hair, red eyes. He black outfit, that kind of thing. That's the one that ex-friend likes. Who, for the sake of this live reading, I will be referring to her as Amy. That is not her real name. We'll be referring to her as Amy, okay? Charcoal skin, yeah. This is Darklink. This is who Amy likes, okay? This is Shadowlink. This is who Bree likes. This is Bree, okay? This is Shadowlink, okay? Okay? Okay. You're with Amy. He's like, no. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. What is Shadowlink from? You don't know which game series? Legend of Zelda. So I'm discussing the differences between Shadowlink and Darklink. So, Darklink is typically Ocarina of Time. So if you've played Ocarina of Time, you remember the Water Temple. The mini boss from the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time. That's who Darklink is. This is Darklink. This one is 4 swords. This one is 4 swords. The Shadowlink is 4 swords. 4 swords. Specifically the manga's version is the one that I like, but that's getting nitpicky. We'll just say 4 swords. It was a good game, yes. Welcome in, Father, by the way. We are reading self-insert fanfiction. We're reading self-insert Zelda fanfiction. Okay. 4 swords! 4 swords. Darklink is also in Zelda 2, yes. But we're specifically talking about the Ocarina of Time version. Yes, Lim, that is correct. Okay. Did I miss chat? Did I miss anything in chat? I don't think so. Okay. So, enough preferences. Enough prefaces. Okay, couple more things. So, again, this is a co-written by me and ex-friend who I will be referring to as Amy. Amy is ex-friend. We get isekai'd. It's a self-insert romance. We were 15 and 17, I think. And the way it's written is with point of views. Okay, so whenever it's Bree's point of view or Shadowlink's point of view, it's me writing it. Whenever it's Amy's point of view or Darkling's point of view, it's ex-friend Amy writing it. Okay, makes sense? Okay, we're good. So this is called, it's called Not Your Average Heroes. I wonder why. Dibs on Knuckles, you can have him. Your Sonic character's name. Dark Shadow, the Edgelord. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Bree's point of view. And I unfortunately will have to be trying to remember to change names because we used our actual real names during this. Chapter 1, meeting again. Okay. So, incoming accidental docs. Yeah, probably. YOLO. Bree's point of view. One Saturday in the summer, two best friends, Bree and Amy. Her real name is Cheddar. How did you know? Bree and Amy were having a sleepover at Bree's house. Woot! I literally wrote in woot. Woot. It was about 10 p.m. when we started playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 4 Swords, which is a ROM hack. It's a ROM hack. It used to be really big back then. I don't know how often. You have to tell me if you put an OO in there. I think I came close. I think I came close once. I don't think I did though. Navi, stop talking and come wake us up, I said, a bit whiny, constantly hitting the A button trying to skip the opening scene. Be patient, it's almost done, Amy said, putting her hand on my shoulder to try and calm me down. But Navi just won't stop talking. I put my head in my legs. Caroline, Amy. Ex-friend's been doxxed. Amy shook her head and just listened to me go on. Erase that from your memories. Amy has brown hair that's a little lighter than most, which goes down to about armpit length, and it's down with nothing done to it. She has long side bangs in the front, which annoy the heck out of her, and green hazel eyes and glasses. Time to delete the VODs. Honestly, though, I just described what she looks like, so, like, I don't know. Bree has blonde hair, totally actual. Sorry, it's cemented in your mind. Her name is Matilda. Perfect, Matilda. So, anywho's, you'll never forget her name. That was certainly Frederica. Just change the names every single time. So anyways, eventually, both Navi and I stopped talking, and Amy and I got to play. Can never forget the names, so notable was Roxanne. We found the Kokiri sword, bought the Deku shield, and went to the Deku tree. Navi began the next cutscene, or so we thought. Are the kids coming upstairs again? Oh my gosh. Just stay downstairs, please. I'm trying to work here. Never would have guessed Bree was a Samantha. This is why we're figuring out who the real Kevin is tonight. What are names? Bree is a Marine? I knew it. Whoa, wait, did you see that? I asked when I skipped Navi's text. See what? Amy asked. Bree is the secret fifth Kevin tonight. Bree is a Brary? Yeah. Brary? I don't think so. You're probably just seeing things, Bree. Wait. Navi didn't say Great Deku Tree, I'm back like she's supposed to. I don't think so. You're probably just seeing things, Bree. I hope so. Oh, for Din's sake, Navi's text said. Then Navi flew out of my TV screen. Ah, Amy quietly screamed. She hit Navi with the GameCube controller she was holding. I quickly took the controller from her. Okay, that's mean, and please don't do that to my controller. Navi, stranger danger. I then turned to Navi, who was on the floor. You okay, Navi? I'm so chill about this fact. I'm so chill about the fact that a freaking video game character flew through my screen. I just need to point that out. Navi flew back up. Hey, I'm fine. Listen, I needed to tell you why I came. Look, the three goddesses, Din, Ferrari, and Nairu, sent me to find you. They need you to keep two evil guys from becoming so evil that they'll destroy all of Hyrule. They also mentioned you would probably know them. Their names are Shadowlink and Darklink. Oh my gosh, Dark. I love Darklink. Amy was fangirling once again. Oh no, I'm sorry, guys. My fangirl meter was almost full when I heard Shadow's name. My fangirl meter. Hoo boy! We in there! Hey, listen, Navi said. If you say hey or listen one more time, Amy said, I will seriously put you in with the Great Fairies and you'll have to put up with them for the rest of the year. What's so bad about the Great Fairies? I whispered to Amy. Shh, was all she said back. Okay, well, we should really be heading back to Hyrule now, Navi said. Right! I stood up. How do we get there? So chill. I guess though, same way I got here, Navi replied. Through the TV? Amy said loudly while standing up. Dude, I said, my family's sleeping. Oh, right, sorry. Okay, just jump right through the TV thing, Navi said. If I break something, I'm blaming it on you, Amy said. Of course you are, Navi said while flying through the TV screen. Whoa, I said, going over to the screen which now showed Hyrule Castle. I poked the screen with my finger, and my finger went through it. I pulled it back quickly. Then I put my hand in and something pulled me in. Ah! I screamed before I hit the ground. I looked around. Oh my Din. Because we're in Hyrule now, so, you know. Bree is Canadian? No, really? Thank you for bonking me. I need it. Bree throwing her friend under the cringe bus. Bree hitting the ground. Sure. Sending me to cringe jail? Yes! Please, I need it. Before I could get up, Amy came out through the TV, in quotations, and landed right on top of me. I tried to get up, but failed. Okay, dude, you gotta get off me so I can get up. Just give me a sec, Amy said, getting off me. We got up and looked around Hyrule Field, then looked at each other. We're gonna need some different clothes, Amy said. I don't think we can go around Hyrule in sweatpants and pajama pants. I looked down at my bare feet, sweatpants and hoodie. Yeah! Quick, go pick up some grass, then throw it! I ran towards the closest grass patch and began the sequence. Pick up, throw. Pick up, throw. I found a rupee! I said before I continued. This is gonna take forever, Amy said. Wait, I have a better idea. I ran back to Amy and Navi. How about we go to Kakariko Village and find all of Andrew's chickens, okay? Let's go! I started to run to Kakariko Village. Amy rolled her eyes. Wrong game, Bree. Andrew's in Majora's Mask, not Ocarina of Time. But they have the same art direction. Amy shook her head and began to follow me. Navi followed. Yahaha! I caught you! You cannot leave now. Uh-oh. What is chat doing? Chat, are you okay? Okay. So anyways, Dark Link's point of view. Chat is doing things? Okay, continue. The more you guys not listen to me, the less cringe it'll be. Having a good goof? Wonderful. Dark Link's point of view. Again, to reiterate, Dark Link. Okay. The ghastly, macabre demeanor of Ganondorf's great castle was hurt greatly by the presence of a large, sparkling rainbow bridge in the middle of the lava pit. My apprentice Shadow Link, expressed his surprise by a rather colorful word insulting the goddesses, which I shall not repeat in text for fear of damnation. This is the only way to get away from our master, Ganon, so man up and walk across the rainbow bridge with dignity. Shadow sauntered across the bridge while I walked beside him, ever so suspicious of our situation. What if this is a trap? Shadow asked me, his voice a bit too snarky for my taste. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I grinned at my own pun before he's continuing to walk across the bridge. Dark Link canonically makes puns. Took us a few hours to walk the path to the decaying marketplace. The Redeads gave us no trouble, just glared at us and moaned, complaining in a way. Shadow stuck out his tongue and raspberried at him, making me chuckle. The sun was setting as we made our way over the grassy fields. We had finally made it. We were out of his grasp. I smirked to myself triumphantly. Where shall we go next? Shadow asked, to which I answered, wherever we want. Dun dun dun. What book is this? This is a self-insert fan fiction that I wrote with my ex-best friend at the time when I was 15 years old. It takes place in the world of Legend of Zelda, and it's a kind of sort of crossover. Yeah, honestly, you got the right idea. You should just leave while you have the chance. Bard is in cringe mode. Chat is in unhinged mode. We love it. Dark Link, also known as Next book we read is Jonah. We could. Shadow Link, also known as Sink. Dark Link is just Shadow Link before he's had coffee. Honestly, though, how did we get to Ganon's castle? It's Dark Link's point of view. So so we got a little glimpse of where Amy and I were, and now we're getting a glimpse of where Dark Link and Shadow Link are. Yeah. You guys are having too much fun in chat that you missed it. That's okay though. Dink and Sink's point of view, yes. Okay, now we're in Amy's point of view, okay? So we're back with Bree and Amy. Bree was covered head to toe in feathers, and we have yet to catch a cuckoo. We sucked. I had given up a while ago and was being entertained by Navi's complaints of Link and Bree's antics at catching the chicken-like birds. At the moment, she was trying to burst open a crate with a Deku stick because she was afraid of hurting herself by rolling into it. She had endurance, that's for sure. Literally me. Literally me doing all the work while Amy just stands there. Literally our relationship. I'm sorry. Surrender. The enemy is too strong. The book is too cringe for our army. Trying to do work while listening is truly an experience. Okay. Chapter 2. These are unnamed, by the way. The chapters have no names. Chapter 2. Shadow Link's point of view. Reminder. Shadow Link, Shadow Link, Shadow Link, Shadow Link, Shadow Link. Friendly Link, aka Fink. We did have plans, yes, but we unfortunately didn't get that far. Spoilers. Sync. Yes, sync. Theoretical Link, aka Wonderful. His younger brother, Theoretical Lonk, aka Thong. Liar Link, aka Link. Wait a minute. Studious Link. Well, I'll let you figure that one out. Stink. Oh. Okay. Shadow Link's point of view. I spy with my little eye. Oh, not this again. Dark Link was getting quite annoyed with me as I started another round of his least favorite game. It's my hat. What? No, it's not, I said, hoping he wouldn't see past my lie. Yes, it is. I was silent for a bit as we climbed the stairs to Kakariko Village, the sun setting quickly behind us. Oh, hey, Kakariko Village, you know, where Amy and I are? Oh, It totally wasn't your hat, I grumbled to myself, crossing my arms in front of me defiantly. Yes, it was, just like last time it was, and the time before that, and the time before that. He rolled his eyes at me while we made our way up the long staircase. No, time before that it was my hat, not yours. And it was your shoes this time, Mr. Know-It-All. Whatever. Look, it's getting pretty dark out. We need to find a place to rest for the night. I grumbled at that sentence. Why do we need to find a place anyway? We're shadows. The night is our friend. Female version, Primary Link, aka Pink. Chat has become a fan fiction. Maybe it was our hat, comrade. We're shadows. The night is our friend. But we abandoned Ganondorf. He's bound to know us at some point and send his lackeys after us. At that moment, we arrived at the gate of Kakariko Village. No one was around. It seemed everyone was in for the night. Our hat. Communal hat. Wink. I looked around the village I had never seen before. It was boring. Before I could realize what was happening, I was on the ground with the most terrible headache imaginable. I looked in front of me to see a tree that I seemed to have walked into. Ha, lol. Shadow Link walked into a tree! Shadow Link walked into a tree! I looked to my right and saw Dark Link's disapproving gaze. I groaned and laid on my back with my eyes closed, basking in the shame. Metallic Link Zinc! Oh, can I just read chat? You guys are so much better than this. Going on break? Okay. Guys, the chat's more interesting than this fanfic. A link to the thumbnail. It'll prove it 10 times. Add link to the thumbnail. Yes. Inside jokes. Inside jokes. Okay, where was I? Ugh. Still Shadow Link's point of view. I heard a gasp to my left. A young girl's voice called out, "Oh my goodness, are you okay?" And I heard the fluttering of wings, a cuckoo's, getting closer and closer. I opened my eyes and looked to the direction of the noise. I spotted an unusually blonde-haired girl running towards me to see if I was all right. A moment of panic took over me. I had little to no experience speaking with people, let alone someone as pretty as her. And she was, oh stop, 15-year-old Bree, stop it. Bonk you on the head. Bonk. Bad. She was very pretty, but dressed very strangely, almost as if she was homeless. Lol. It's the episode with Father Gustin Weta? Oh, I think you should do it. I still think you should do it. Bree's point of view. Bree's point of view. I was chasing a rather stubborn cuckoo. Amy was inside a house, begging for food as she said she would. She took the rupee I found in the field with her, but I doubt that'll help much. I lunged to grab the cuckoo and firmly grasped it in my hand. You know, like SpongeBob? You know, like that quote from SpongeBob? Yeah. Suddenly, I heard a rather loud thump coming from the main area of the village. My first thought was of someone walking into the tree there. I laughed at the stupidity it would take for that to actually happen. Ahaha. I got up with the cuckoo in my hands and walked to the stairs to see what happened. I gasped at the sight of a young male lying on the ground with his eyes closed. "Oh my goodness, are you okay?" I called, preparing the cuckoo for flight. I leapt off the side of the stairs and let go of the flying thing in panic from not having flown ever before. Luckily, I landed on my feet, because I'm just that cool, I guess. I quickly got my balance and began running towards the male, who looked about my age. He was now looking at me. I got to him soon after I landed. "Are you oh, my Nehru?" I stopped and stared. Our eyes met, and I noticed his were purple. "Oh my gosh, your hair is purple and your eyes are purple." I did the first thing that came to my head. I ran as hard as I could towards the house Amy was in. She came out as soon as I was about to reach the door, and I ran into her. "What the Ferrari?" she yelled as I hid behind her, breathing hard. At that moment, she looked up. The meeting! We're meeting each other! Oh my gosh! Artistic ink, link, aka ink. Amy's point of view. My one little green rupee had bought me a single glass of water, which I was kind of grateful for since I didn't think a green rupee would be able to buy even that. Navi tried to persuade the housekeeper to give me some food to share with Bree, but she wouldn't budge. "Come back with more money, little kid." That made my blood boil. I was certainly not a little kid. I was almost legal, gosh darn, and I would not be talked to that way. "I'll show you," I mutter as I walk out of the house, ready to face the night out in the cold. I didn't expect to be suddenly jolted from the front. "What the Ferrari?" I shouted as I was hit with pain. "Bree, what the heck?" Guys. Bree said in a panic, making no sense whatsoever. It wasn't like Bree to obsess over some random cute guys, so what was she on about? Then I saw them, or rather him. I wasn't really paying attention to the younger one, but who I did see was the Darkling. Oh my Hylia. I couldn't believe it. He was supposed to be in the water temple. He was supposed to have been defeated, so how could he possibly be here? I could say, though, I was glad he was here. He was so beautiful, just gorgeous. He was exactly how I imagined him to look, tall, with dark skin and dark hair, with piercing red eyes, and oh my goodness, we were making eye contact. I was making eye contact with Dark Link. He existed. This was real, right? That now this was happening, and he was in front of me. He was real. Oh my gosh. Dark Link's point of view. She fainted. Why on earth would she faint? A million thoughts rushed through my head, most of them concern, which was strange for me because I'm not likely to care about what happens to a stranger. But for her, it was different. It ticked me off to no end. Not that scary. Geez, how rude. I looked to the other girl, the one who was still conscious, kneeling beside the fainty girl. What's her problem? She looked too stunned to talk, which was really strange. Shadow, do you have any idea what the din is going on? I looked to my apprentice, whom looked just as confused as I would. I looked back to the two girls and groaned, feeling my quote-unquote Link hero complex start to come out. Hey, do you girls need somewhere to stay? I mean, it's the least I can do considering I think I made your friend faint. This is so out of character. I hate this. I could feel Shadow's confused gaze, and this whole situation was making me frustrated and tired. The blonde girl's mouth opened and closed, as if she was having trouble forming a sentence. Sure, thank you so much, she said in one breath. Well, come on then. We'll show you the way. Do you need help carrying her or something? I crossed my arms impatiently. I just wanted to get away, but something was making me stop and help these stupid girls. Yes, please. I bent down to the small woman and picked her up, her head resting on my chest. I looked at her just for a moment before walking up and starting towards the Skulltula house, where we would be staying. The fainting girl was kind of nice looking now that I'd gotten a good look at her. Oranges are the best ×2? Hoy! You came at a wonderful time. I am currently reading super cringe self-insert fan fiction of myself. I am the self-insert. Are you sure you want to be here right now? I hate this. Bree's point of view. I was sitting on the floor with my knees up and my arms crossed around them. Navi was sitting beside me. If I remember my childhood right, I was scared of the Skulltula house, and sitting in it, looking around at the eeriness of it, the fear began to return. I looked to my right, at the friend who I came here with, hoping to see her understanding and friendly smile she always puts on when we look at each other, but realized she's still unconscious from her faint a few minutes earlier. I think she has a problem if she's still fainted after minutes. Amy, are you okay? Are you dead? I think she's dead. That was another reason I was scared. I had never witnessed someone fainting ever in my life before, so seeing it happen to my best friend really worried me. I looked to my left to try to get that moment out of my head, to see the purple-haired young male, who I knew had to be Shadowlink, leaning against the wall, looking utterly confused. The taller one, who carried Amy here, was looking just as confused with a bit of anger, maybe? Who I thought must be Darklink, hence why she fainted. I didn't really recognize him at first, since I'm used to seeing him completely black with glowing red eyes, but I know now it must be him. That was a lot of words. That was a lot of words, Past Bree, huh? Don't you think you should put like some commas there? Some periods, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Some dialogue? Yeah, that'd be great. I started to daydreaming and didn't notice Shadow looking at me from the corner of his eye. I jumped a little when I saw it and hid my face. I don't like when people look at me, no matter how cute they are. I think he noticed, because he sat down beside me. Oh, how times have changed since I was 15 years old. Hey, I was wondering. Shadow sounded a little nervous when he spoke. Why are you covered in feathers? Oh my gosh, I'm still covered in feathers. How embarrassing. I lifted my head from its hiding place, hoping I wasn't blushing at all. I was, chasing cuckoos all day. Cuckoos? Why were you chasing cuckoos? I was trying to gain some money so my friend and I could get some new clothes. I was waiting for it, waiting for a laugh of some kind, but it never came. Or if it did, it was too quiet for me to hear. How long is this? Am I almost done? Shadowlink's point of view. Reminder. Shadowlink. Okay. New clothes? Well, it makes sense. She and her friend look like they're from another world or something. Aha! Aha! It's almost like we were isekai or something. Aha! So clever writing. Aha! If you need clothes, we can help you get some. If you need help, that is. What the devil am I saying? Help them. Have you gone mad, Shadow? There was a surprised look on the red-haired... blonde-haired girl's face as she looked at me. That'd be great. Wait, you don't plan to steal the clothes, do you? What? To steal them? No. Yes, steal them. Of course. I wouldn't have to get Dark to go along with it. I know he would never do it. That's why I said it. Unless he had a change of mind again like he did with the unconscious girl. I guess I should go see if he'll help. Okay, the girl said as I got up. Started walking towards Darkling, who seemed to be glaring at me with his arms crossed in front of him. Darkling's point of view again. Reminder. No, I told Shadowlink as he approached me with a look of determination on his face. But I haven't even asked at you anything yet, he told me, his face falling a bit. Still no. But Dark, these girls need our help. If they could get someone else to help them. I, on the other hand, plan to be gone before that fainty girl wakes up. I uncrossed my arms and stood up straight before taking a few steps towards the door. Come on, let's go, I told my apprentice, not waiting for him as I walked to the door. Before I made it outside, I heard one of the girls' voice, the non-fainty blonde, exclaiming, "She's waking up!" I looked back, a little disappointed that I didn't leave in time. For some reason, I thought it was better that I didn't see the girl awake, but it was too late now. And still Shadow wouldn't follow me out. Amy's point of view. My head hurt like heck as I tried to remember what was going on. My vision was swimming and I was panicking a lot, trying to figure out what was going on. Bree's face came into view, along with Shadow, and oh boy. No wonder I felt this woozy. I was not good at keeping my cool around guys. Did I faint? I asked, my voice cracked and raw. I was really thirsty and still feeling like crap. I sat up and looked around at the concerned faces. Yeah, Darklink answered before Bree had a chance, and I looked at him, my eyes slightly wide. I maybe ended up staring at him for a bit longer than normal, but eventually I broke my gaze and shook my head in an attempt to get my vision back to completely normal. I looked over at my best friend's relieved face. I opened my mouth to speak before I suddenly had a blonde glomping me. Glomping! Glomping! This is a product of its time. You scared the crap out of me. Don't ever do that again. I chuckled at her before patting her on the head. She released me from the grip of doom before standing up. I'm alright, don't worry. I smiled at her before slowly getting to my feet. Hi. The awkwardness was quite apparent in my voice as I rubbed the back of my arm and bit my lip. So, moves hair behind ear. Ear glomping, that's basically oh. That's why I said I came close. That's why I said I came close, okay? I came close, but I didn't. I rubbed the back of my arm and bit my lip, looking up at Dark and Shadow and at Bree, stupid tall people. Amy's short. Amy's so short. Arguably, that's surpassing oh. I just skipped a step, that's all. Bree's point of view. We all stood there a bit awkwardly for a time. Then the thought came to me. Dark and Shadow don't even know our names. Luckily, I was saved the weird first introduction as Amy introduced herself. My name is Amy, and this is Bree. I was extremely relieved I didn't have to say my name. I always hated around the circle introductions. Darklink. Bond, James Bond. Darkling looked a bit unhappy at giving his name. Shadow was looking down at his boots, seemingly very interested in them. He looked up at me slightly and mumbled, "Shadow," before looking back down. "And I'm Navi!" Navi exclaimed. I had completely forgotten she was even there. It was just from the corner of my eye, but it looked like Dark had some kind of hatred for Navi, almost wanting to punch her or something. Why are these the end of the chapters? These are terrible chapter ends. Oh, we got 2 more chapters left. What is this formatting? Darkling's point of view. Darkling. Oh great, the fairy's here, I muttered to myself, glaring at everything. I could feel a migraine starting to form in the back of my head the longer I looked at her. Surely this won't get any more embarrassing. Is there any way to turn off the brightness that is you? Well, the only way for my light to go out is for me to die. No, the fainting girl, Amy, said before I could reply. You are not killing her. We need her. I doubt she's that important. Plus, shouldn't she be with the fairy boy or whatever? You're a shadow. Doesn't that make you the same as him? Bree interrupted, almost hesitantly. No, don't even think that. Shame on you. Shame. Shame. So out of character. I could see both of the girls try to hold in their laughter. It is not something to laugh at. We are both a lot different than Link. No, of course you are. I totally believe you. Amy said sarcastically, grinning and laughing a bit. I need air. I made my way towards the door, reaching for the handle before stopping. Wait, you. I point to the blonde. Come with me. What? Why? She replied, I was a little startled. You want to get food for the fainty girl, don't you? That's not my name, Amy piped in, only to be ignored by everyone around her. But it's dark out. What if I get lost in the shadows? Both the girls erupted into laughter, muttering about something about puns in between giggles. I looked at Shadow to see if he had any idea what they were on about, but he looked just as confused and slightly afraid as I felt. You'll be fine, just come on. I left the room, being flanked by Bree, leaving both Shadow and Amy by themselves. It's dink outside. Here we go. Amy's point of view. Oh, hi, Jonathan. I wonder why he took Bree with him, I said after a few moments of awkward silence, trying to make some sort of conversation. Dark and Bree had been gone a little while, and both myself and Shadow had taken a seat on the floor, leaning up against the wall. For the cringe, thank you. I need it. Shadow just shrugged, still looking at the door. We sat silently for a little while. I tried to think of something to talk about, but to be honest, I wasn't great at conversation at all. Maybe I should ask him about himself? I thought to myself before asking. So why are you in Kakariko Village anyhow? I asked him. I mean, aren't you evil or something? Just come right out and say it, bro. Shadow looked startled at that. How did you know I was evil? Well, my best friend is like your stalker. She knows almost everything about you. She's read the manga, played your game. She knows a lot about you. Shadow blinked slowly. What's a manga? And wait, my game? What? Oh, right. Might not have been the best thing to tell you, but too late now. The cat's out of the bag. Let's just say she's magic, okay? Okay, that's weird, but alright. And to answer your question, let's just say I'm neutral at the moment. Neither good, evil, no good. I nodded at his answer before looking back at the door and biting my lip nervously. I really shouldn't have told him that. Amy, all according to Keikaku. Editor's note, Keikaku means plan. Bree's point of view. So, the town's pretty dark tonight, huh? I said as I started to pick off the cuckoo feathers from earlier. I'm guessing it's dark every night. But even though it's dark, I can still see shadows. Yes, you can. It's still a little bright out. Maybe the light is linked to the shadows. Maybe we should navigate to the indoors. I could see the confusion and irritation on Dark's face as I made pun after pun. Oh, I could have done the sages as well, but that was going a bit too far. Dark stopped walking. I have no idea what you're doing, but stop. It's driving me crazier. You were already crazy? I wasn't expecting him to admit to being crazy. I was created by Ganondorf. What do you think? Oh, so you were created by Ganondorf, I said pryingly. Yeah, I was created by Ganondorf. I was about to say something when I tripped and fell on my face. Wonderful. A basket? Dark said. I picked myself up and turned around to see Dark holding a basket. It's addressed to you and the fainty girl. What? I said while picking up a note on top of the basket. The note read, thought you needed help. Hope we were right. The sages. Wow. More like Ganondorf, am I right? You say that, but I lied a little bit. That's not what Darklink said. So the actual line is, I was created by Ganondorf. What do you think? Oh, so you were created by Ganondorf. Yes. I was created by Ganondorf. I mean Dorf. What? That's the actual line that I wrote, and I skipped it because I was like, that's just cringe. Shadow Link's point of view. I know. Okay, last chapter, thank goodness. Last chapter, we're almost there. Shadow's point of view. I was staring at the door, hoping it would open within the next second. The fainted girl, Amy, was staring at her knees. Dark and the blonde, Bree, have only been gone for about 10 minutes, but it felt like forever. I wasn't sure why, but I felt alone. I couldn't stop thinking about her. Then suddenly the door slammed open. Where is she? Did she faint again? Bree came running into the room, Dark walking in behind her. All right, calm down. It was only one time, Amy said calmly. Oh, good, Bree said, relieved. She sat down beside her friend. It took me a bit to realize she was looking at me and smiling. Strangely, my heart lifted greatly. The blonde tripped over this basket, so we brought it back here. Dark dropped the basket he was holding, walked over to the opposite wall. Amy and leaned against it. I think that's supposed to be me in there. Amy and I leaned. Wait, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Bree's point of view. Bree singing to herself. She must be in her happy place. Oh, this isn't the worst thing in the world. Oh, you're wonderful. Whee! Jonathan, are you eating corn again? Stop that. Okay, Bree's point of view. You don't tell people when someone trips over something dark. Like, oh my gosh. I said, fairly embarrassed. Dark was smirking across the room and laughing quietly to himself. Anyway, there's a note. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that out loud. I am not reading that out loud. There's a note. Read it. Do it? I don't want to. I don't want to. Redeem's note. Were you not here when I read the note? Thought you needed help. Hope you were right. From the sages. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading it. Amy read the note. I started rummaging through the basket. There was an assortment of foods, mostly bread, a few bottles of water, long milk, and red potions, clothing, boots, and also cloaks, which made me happy, and a separate bag, I'm guessing to hold all the extra things. There were also 2 weapons, a sword of swords similar to the Kokiri sword, almost like a dagger, and a bow with a bundle of arrows. Jonathan, stop being tangled. This will go down as the day chat got cheated. Cheated of the ultimate cringe. Okay, fine. So when I was a teenager, I was a little bit of a weeb. I was a little bit of a weeb. I said glommed. So I would sometimes say, you know, Japanese terms unironically. One of which I would call ex-bestie. Occasionally, I would call her One-chan. Big sister. So, anyways, there's a note. Read it, One-chan. One-chan? Shadow asked, his head tilted slightly. Haha, noobster, I whispered jokingly to Amy. She laughed before reading the note. I started to rummage through the basket, and there's all this stuff in it. Ugh, it's cringe to me, because I'm the one that said it. That's a lot of stuff, Amy said while picking up a brown tunic, holding it up to see if it would fit. I'm surprised the sages fit it all into one basket, I said, picking up one of the boots. Well, actually, Oni-chan is big brother. It's One-chan, that's big sister. The I is brother. The E is sister. Yeah, you're bad. You're bad. Amy's point of view. Okay, boys, we've got to change. If you don't mind, I gestured to the door, vacating the premises for a while so we may get into something more comfortable. The 2 shadow people made their way. Wow. Shadow people? Is that really how you're gonna describe them, Amy? Oh my gosh. The 2 shadow people made their way outside and I shut the door behind them before turning to Bree. Okay, there seems to be a brown tunic, a sky blue tunic, white knee leg, blah 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 blah. Which stuff would you like? Blah 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 blah. Bree decided on the sky blue tunic, the baggy pants, and the shin leg boots. Shadow people. You look like you belong in this world with the blue top and the blonde hair. Wow. OMG, you look so good, Brie. I grinned at her before glancing down at my outfit. I didn't look great and I didn't look colorful, but it worked for now. She just looked like a lot of brown. Everything fit perfectly as well. I wore a brown tunic that cut off mid-thigh and a brown belt with knee-length white leggings and dark brown ankle boots with my hair included. That's a whole lot of brown. I want the bow, Bree said, picking it up as I reached for the Kokiri-like sword. Go ahead, I can't aim at all, so I think the sword knife thingy is better for me anyhow. I picked up the small sheathed sword before attaching the sheath to my belt and taking out the sword. I swung it a few times in the air, almost hitting myself in the head, lol noob, before putting it back in my belt. Remind me to learn how to use that soon. We called the guys back into the room from outside as Bree put on her quiver and cloak, and I put my cloak on as well as the other items into a separate bag to put on my back. Okay, gang, what's the action plan? We've got clothing now, so I suppose that means you'll be leaving? I asked them as Bree gave an almost inaudible whimper behind me. Please don't go. I didn't want them to go either. Darkling's point of view. I looked to Shadow only to see him looking at me with such puppy dog eyes. I looked around and saw that Bree was pouting as well, and I could only imagine the fainty girl, Amy's face. I couldn't even bring myself to look at her out of fear of being affected even more than I have. Stupid girl. Maybe we could stay around them for a little... Maybe we could stay around them for a little while longer, right, Dark? Shadow asked me, his eyes begging me to say yes. I mean, it's not like they can defend themselves yet, right? That much is obvious. I took a minute to think about it before finally giving in. Fine, alright, we'll stay around. But we can't stay here forever, so tomorrow morning we need to figure out what we're doing, alright? I glanced at Amy to see the biggest grin on her face, and I found myself smiling as well. Not a smirk, not an evil grin, but a smile. Gosh darn it, this girl's going to ruin me. And then Amy and I became not friends anymore. The end.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yep. Is this what broke the friendship? No. She ghosted me. I kept inviting her to parties, and she just kept saying that she would come, but then making up excuses like the day before on why she couldn't come. And so eventually, and she never initiated conversation, and I realized that, and so I just started, I just stopped talking to her. I think there was actually one time that I did talk to her first, and then she ghosted me, but like, is that kind of like shadowing? Wow. Yeah, kind of sucked. That's most of your friendship? No. You're actually just reconnecting with a friend who expressed that he was sorry for ghosting you a few years ago? Yeah. Jonathan, what are you eating? Give Jonathan a treat. Yeah, so like the thing with her and I though is like we basically only we met through church because and also like her parents and my parents are friends, but she and I haven't talked to each other in like literally guess it's been a decade now. But yeah, eventually I just kind of realized that like I was putting in a whole lot more effort than she was into the friendship, and then the whole thing with like the saying she'll come to things and then backing out the last second, and it just kind of clicked in me, dawned on me that I was like, this is one-sided, and so it just fizzled off. Yeah, that's kind of what like how it fizzled off, because I just realized that like I was usually the one initiating conversation. I was usually the one suggesting, like, hey, let's write a self-insert fan fiction. We both like a version of Dark Link. Like, it'll be fun. And those kind of things. And I always had to be like, so when are we getting together to like write about this again? And like, how's your point of view coming along? Kind of those things. I was always the one reaching out to her. And so, yeah. And it's like, I understand, like, if you're an introvert, you're like, introverts, they tend not to be the one to reach out first, especially if one of them is an extrovert. But the thing is, she and I are both introverts. So, and you know, like, even introverts can reach out if they care enough. And it's not even like she, you know, like, I stopped initiating the conversation, and like, if she genuinely cared about it, she could have been like, hey, like, haven't heard from you in a while, are you okay? Nothing. Not a Facebook like. Not a Facebook poke, because at the time we still had Facebook poking. Oh yeah. Anywho, that's enough of that. I have, though, okay, like, cringe be darned, I have thought about continuing to write the self-insert, but just, like, remove Amy and Dark Link and just make it, like, Shadow Link and I have thought about that. I have considered it, because I was constantly thinking, like, ooh, like, we can go here, we can do this, and then, like, this can happen. It's like, I still have all that in my head, and I have thought about rewriting it, but just to be me, and take out some of the cringe. She moved on, didn't want to tell you, yeah. Oh, well. What about a Kirby collab? Put in even more cringe? Lean into the cringe. Okay, fine. How about I just write it as feels natural to me? Because that will lead to cringe. Make it like a 2014 time capsule. I saw a shadow in the distance. It's been so long since I've seen him. I couldn't help myself. I ran towards him, glomping him onto the ground. 2014 being a decade ago, I know, right? I'm so old. Just kidding, I'm not old. I'm in my 20s. No, that's bad? What do you mean? Okay, it's almost supper time. I'm wondering what we should do when I get back. Glomp as a verb always makes you feel like someone is tickling the inside of your skull. Kevin's in his 30s? Oh, just kidding. 30 is only like a third of the way through your life. Okay, so of the goals that we have not yet accomplished, we could either continue Banjo-Kazooie crowd control. We could... Oh, wait. I need to reveal secret projects. So I guess that's it. That's what we'll be doing. What time is it? 5, 6. Yeah. I have to stop eating everything. Dude, you have been eating treats. You have food downstairs. Why are you eating my cords? Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go take a little break, eat some food, and just take a little mental recharge from the cringe. And then when I get back, misbehave. When I get back, I'll reveal the projects that I've been working on. Because a lot of it is stuff that like are still in very much beta phase, or like things that I really would like to do, but I just haven't progressed much in them, and yeah, might be off work by the time. So thanks for the stream. Do you like only watch Twitch while you're at work or something? For lying and deception? Oh yeah, clock tower. Not necessarily. Okay. Twitch is the work. For real, for real. You don't normally stream when you're not working, usually eating dinner by that. Okay, I see. Twitch is work, for real, for real. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat food. I'm gonna pause the timer. And when I get back, I'll be like, I'm planning these. I'm doing these. Here's some images. Any hoozles. Yeah. I should be back around top of the hour. And if not, obviously, I'll let you guys know. So, see you guys soon. Those who can stay and everything. If you can't stay, that's okay. Thank you for hanging out. And I will see you guys later. Okay. Bye-bye.